Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night and another episode of Gaming After Dark. Number 13, as to be exact, since we relaunched the new podcast, a new panel. And I'd say it's been a great 13 episodes so far, with the occasion of a couple of ones that just fell short of the Gaming After Dark marquee. But we are having an absolute blast. I can't believe it's been a week already since we were here chatting with you guys. Yeah, but here we are, another week, and we got some good topics. Again, topics that are largely left up to speculation, a lot of, what ifs and things like that. But we can't wait to talk about, to get your opinion from the chat and obviously from our amazing panel. But without any further ado, let's bring them in. Let's start out with ProtoFoxy is in the building.
Yo, what it is. Your friendly neighborhood Red Menace is here on a Tuesday night, and we're about to make the number 13 very lucky because we are on episode 13 of Gaming After Dark. Let's get rocking and rolling.
Absolutely. Gaming After Dark. See, Frank is in the chat. Fazza, and again, Fazza, we were just saying just before we launched the show how much fun we had at Mario Party on the weekend, dude, and we can't wait to have you back as well, and maybe get more people. It's kind of a shame that main game is only limited to 4, and then you get this other mode where you kind of get it's like an 8-player, but it's not as much of a mini game thing as the other one. Like, it's a little bit different. It was still an absolute blast. It's kind of like that game Trouble, where you click the dice and go around the board.
Oh,
and
okay.
A select list of things. So. Yeah, it was pretty cool though. We had a really good time, and we were on Perry's Discord, so it made the chatting and stuff super easy. Like, we could all hear each other. It worked out really good. But anyway, without any further ado, let's bring in your wicked hat.
Yeah, buddy, it's a shit boy. It's Tuesday. What's up, everybody? I hope you're hyped because it's gonna be a good episode.
It is going to be a good episode, and your audio sounds a little bit cleaner this week, Hot. So that's good.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah,
I updated my computer, so
last week I don't know what was going on, but you're a lot sharper this week, so that's good.
Excellent. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
All right, and we've got Garfield's in the building. No, we got the GameComplainers. He's always ready to lay something down each and every week. We know him as the good, loving, always amazing Perry.
What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing?
We're all doing good.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Only way to live.
We're doing great, buddy.
I always say living the dream or surviving the nightmare.
Yeah,
Either or.
Probably
I feel like I'm a little bit of both. Yeah, I'm leaning on the fence.
And if you work in the retail business, as I do, and Perry does, pretty much every day you can have like bouts of nightmarishness.
You never know what's going to
Every
walk
damn
through
day.
that door, brother.
Oh, I'm Thursday and Friday. I'm gonna get a million calls for the Switch 2. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna call.
Oh,
the level of stupidity this man has to deal with on a
You're gonna get
day-to-day
cursed out
basis
if you
must
call.
be off the chart. For X-Man is in the chat. We're going to shout out to the chat in just a second, and we have a very special guest tonight making her first time appearance on Gaming After Dark. Thank God she knows what us guys are all about and is already prepared for the bullshit conundrum we normally bring on a week-to-week basis. So there you go, because we have got the wonderful and awesome to play multiplayer games with Pink Piggles.
Hey, everyone. I'm glad. Thank you. I heard that you were looking for an awesome female to come guest host. So, of course, I'm the one who came in. And you're right. You all love playing Mario Kart because you love getting your ass kicked in mini games by yours truly.
She's pretty damn good, guys. If you missed out on the Mario Kart party, Mario Kart, well, we never got around to Mario Kart because that night, but that's okay. We'll do that another time. But we did play some Mario Party. It was an absolute blast. So.
Oh, yeah.
We got amazing chat in the building right now. We got to give a shout out. Obviously, we got Frank in the house. We got Talos Ray in the building. We've got who we got? Infinite Hero 79 hanging out with us. The awesome, as always, Doggy Dog 420 Roof is in the house. Good to see Doggy here. Dre Venero is in the house as well. We got Sir X-Man. Speaking of Sir X-Man, he's going to be a guest on the show next week. Can't wait to have him. And there may be some special announcements coming up here in the near future. But anyway, let's get the show on the road. Hope everybody's doing good. Real quick, what's the number one game you've been playing for the most part in the last week? Everybody, Proto.
Halo Reach. I jumped off of
he's going back.
Warframe.
Oh my god, good shit.
Yeah,
Good
Old
shit.
school.
Yeah, I had
Love
to,
it.
man. It's
like
I've been
it.
wanting to replay all of them, but I'm starting with Reach, so that's where I'm at.
Should have hit me up, man. I'll have to fucking re-download it. I'd play with you if you needed a co-op
Yeah,
partner.
yeah, I'm doing it right on the Master Chief Collection.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Halo Reach. That's a classic. Great game. Wicked Hot. What have you been playing, man, besides yourself?
Oof.
What have you been up
Oof,
to?
man. Well, that's probably like 95% of the week. The other 5% was no, I was playing I'm like on the back end of Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Man.
Okay, that's an interesting
Yep,
one.
I banged out so many main quests that I've been doing all the side quests and the DLC, and it is, oh my god, I'm just loving it.
What,
Can't
are you
stop.
getting hyped up for number 2 or what?
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't even know I wanted to play number 2, dude, until about like 2-3 weeks ago when I first played Outer Worlds for the first time, and I'm like, you know what? Daddy likes this. Daddy's gonna take this one home.
It's
Terry,
she's a keeper.
What have you been playing, Perry? What's the number 1 game on your docket the last week? You've been playing ever since you stream a lot of stuff, so you've been playing like a whirlwind of everything. But
mainly I was playing Resident Evil 2 on Dreamcast again because of
Uh-huh.
Proto, but I've been I'm obsessed because I got that controller and it's awesome. Feels good. I moved on to Police Quest 4 now, so I'm going to be playing that. It's an old PC game.
Police Quest, okay.
Huh.
I jumped into one of your streams the other night. Never got a chance to say hello. I think you were playing Resident Evil 4. I hopped in long enough to see the chainsaw bag guy. Fucking saw your head off, and I remember you swearing.
Oh
at him.
yeah, it was like instant.
Dr. Salazar.
I saw you jump out the window. You hit the ground. You looked around, and next thing, and then there goes your head.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm done for tonight with this one.
Piggles, what have you been? What's the number 1 game on your docket this past week?
I am ready to start chapter 8 of Until Dawn. So this week I want to finish it. So far everybody's alive, but I don't think I'm getting out with it. Everyone alive.
That's
we'll
that's
see.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I killed 2 people, but no, they're still alive.
And with those
I might
games, you
wish
just
they were
never
dead,
know. Like
but-
I'm trying to keep all my people alive too, but I always screw
Yeah.
up somewhere and somebody dies.
I don't know the buttons on the PlayStation. I totally have a piece of paper under my monitor where I wrote the button symbols so I could do the QuickTime events, and I still can't do them. I still suck, but that's okay.
That's a great game. I love it. Everybody on this panel has picked some older titles. That's fantastic. You know, that's what gaming's all about. It doesn't always do the latest and greatest. As for myself, everybody, I've been playing a bunch of different games, but primarily Indiana Jones: The Great Circle. I'm still plugging through it. I just got to the level that it's in Thailand. What the fuck is it called? Simir? I don't know. It's in Thailand. The one where you're in the boat and you're going around the swamp. So I'm at that level right now. My God, that game has just been an amazing journey. Honest to God, I love it. It's a great game.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm so impressed at how good it actually runs on the Series S. The old potato seems to run it pretty damn good. So there you go.
Potato putting in work.
I'd run it on a Series. I'd run it on a Series X, but I can't fucking find one of those cocksuckers. And we're going to talk about that in a minute too.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have sold my last one. I'm an idiot. But what do we know? Newfonomics, right? 101. Back at it again.
Yep, that's right, baby.
Sir X-Men's in the chat. Dravenero. Dreadpool's in the building. Good to see Dread in the house.
Go,
Good to have you,
Dreadpool.
buddy.
Ooh.
Dread the pool.
That's another guy we got to get on this show like ASAP. It's been long
Oh, yeah.
overdue.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
get you on here, Dread. Let me know when your schedule is clear, brother. I can't wait to have you. All right, so let's get down to topic number 1. AC Shadows Assassin's Creed, for those out of the loop, has been delayed again. If you haven't heard, it's now pushed to sometime, I think, mid-late March. Disappointed. Has anybody in this panel, has anybody actually fired up for it at all? Did the characters turn anybody off? Like, where does everybody sit on the game as it is? Because I know it was one of my highly anticipated games for last year, and then it got pushed to this year. So now it's I would say it's still one of my highly anticipated games, but all the delays are kind of making me a little nervous, as well as the fact there's been a lot of controversy around the game, and I don't really know what's up. And right now, Ubisoft is really struggling to knock one out of the park. They've had a bunch of games that have certainly underperformed and underdelivered. And if they don't do well with this one, it's hard to say like what's going to happen with this company. if they keep struggling, their stocks are dropping. People are just not jiving with it. So where does everybody sit? We'll go around the panel. We'll start with Proto. And what's your reasoning or take on why you feel it's been delayed again? They're saying it's for quality control, but who the fuck knows?
Yeah, who knows? First, to answer your first question, to be honest, I haven't been looking forward to it just because I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy to begin with. I never got into the series. I just wasn't my thing. But as far as like the delays go, look, Ubisoft can tell you whatever the hell they want, right? They're going to tell you it's quality. They're going to, they're making improvements, this, that, and the other thing. But everybody knew out of the gate that once the controversy hit with all the stuff with, the Japanese community kind of turning its nose at it, you knew that Ubisoft had an uphill battle to begin with. And then, of course, now they're probably rounding the wagons because everything else is just shit in the bed. They're thinking, oh, God, we can't release this and everything, in the state that it's in right now because we're going to get such backlash, it's going to flop. At least that's how I see it.
Yeah. Obviously, like it's not a great way to start a game when you're bringing out one that's probably one of the most anticipated Assassin's Creeds in many years. Because I think like the whole setting itself is just like when that was announced, I could feel all the AC fans kind of go, "Wow, okay, now we're talking." That's a setting that really feels like it's made for that genre. But then again, they go and take these sort of, I don't know, these things with these characters, and I don't know who's pissed off the most. I'm hearing there's a lot of complaints from actual Japanese people because they're a little bit pissed off that they're using that Shinsuke or whatever the hell his name is, the black samurai. I mean, who obviously is part of the history, but he's not exactly prominent, you know what I mean? And then you go with with the lady, the ninja or whatever, and it's just, I don't know, the whole game just reeks of that DEI kind of bullshit that the whole industry's been pulling. And I think people are kind of seeing through it. And like Iceman says in the chat, just fucking bring back Sam Fisher already. We've said to you a billion times. Come on now, right? So I mean, anytime a game is coming out of this proportion and it's just got so much backlash already, it's not a good sign. I mean, the game couldn't end up doing well, but the question is it still going to miss out on several million sales? And like what's his name just said in the chat too, and he's probably right, and that's Infinite Hero. He said, you wait a week and the damn thing will probably be 50% off. That's another time with that shit. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
What are you thinking, Hot? What's going on with AC? You excited? You can't wait to play as the protagonist, or does it seem a bit off to you? I mean, even the new Ghost of Yotei's guy with the female samurai now, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Personally, no problem with the female samurai or anything like that. I know, like you said, the other the male samurai that is in AC Shadows. I have no problem with that either. Even though I know some people probably wanted something like a other samurai or something like that. But I think it kind of falls on two things. First, you move it back because of the backlash, like Proto said. But just for the record, like I'm actually not a Assassin's Creed fan at all. I've never really played any of the games. I really liked Ghosts of Tsushima, so this being in like a Japan setting kind of sparked my interest to maybe try it out.
Well, you know what's funny? Ghosts of Tsushima was a better Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed was.
It was because you moved the game at first. For my idea was they moved it back to February because of the backlash. Plus, you can get more work done and always polish it up. Then you look at the bigger picture. Holy crap, you already moved it to a month that is packed. So in the back of my head, I'm like, you already have to move it again. Regardless of if it's even for no reason, you have to move it back again. You can't pinch yourself and become a Titanfall 2, especially being your renowned series in Ubisoft, because this one's like, this is make or break. If this one don't work, there's going to be things that will be starting to fall down there.
Well, I mean, especially after the collapse too of that X Defiant game, which they were really hoping was going to be their big ticket into like a multi, cross-play, super successful shooter. And the funny thing is, I liked X Defiant, and a few of the people I talked to really liked it. and they phase
It
and
doesn't
like
have to
just
be
like
the
that, they're
best.
like, yep.
Yeah.
So
you know what I mean?
I
Like
know.
it doesn't have to be the best, but as long as it's there and it's providing for something and you can get some return back, then like just keep it going. But you don't have to beat COD. You know what I mean? You're never gonna.
You think
beat
with X
COD.
Defiant it was a premature like cancellation because
Yeah.
we see how some of
Maybe
the
a
games.
little bit.
Let's even take let's take the last Rainbow Six Siege. That started out awfully, right? The game was just a fraction of what it is now.
Yeah.
It's always
it was
like
kind
that.
of broken.
Destiny's like that too.
And that game was like a very slow burn, but eventually they kept with it. They kept at it. They kept improving it, and then they've built an audience. And now it's probably been one of their biggest hits in the last 7 or 8 years for sure. I think the game's been out almost a decade now, hasn't it? Like Siege
something like that.
A long time.
It came out on the Xbox One for freak's sake, and it's still going. They haven't made a new one since. And like Sir Xman says, he won't be happy till they bring back the style of Rainbow Six Vegas. I'm with you, bro. I want to see that Rainbow Six. I'm not a big fan of Siege. Too tactical in my personal opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big tech guy. I'm not a big tech guy.
Yeah, no, Vegas was a sweet spot.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's basically all I kind of feel about on the situation.
Okay. I can't wait to ask Perry on this one, and I'll leave Pink Piggles to last. I'll get Perry in here right now because I want to know, Perry, what your take is on Assassin's Creed delay. And I guess my big question for you to make it a little bit different on the answer is, if you were in charge of Ubisoft and you were, say, in charge of this lead team, would you perhaps change the characters based on the feedback? Maybe add an extra character if needed be. Like, what would you do? Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a developer. I don't know if anybody here has a lot of developer experience or knows one, but how hard would it be to just take the characters out and switch them up? Or do you think because they've already announced the characters, then, like you could piss off the other side of the coin? I think if they change the characters, then of course, then you'll get the people say, well, now you changed them and you made them whatever. And now you're racist against the characters during the game. You know what I mean? So how would you approach that? What's your thoughts on the whole game?
If I were running Ubisoft, I probably wouldn't be making Assassin's Creed games because they have a million of them and it's tiring. And I think that's the real reason why people are tired of these games. I don't think it's. Listen, you're gonna have people that are gonna always complain about characters and all this other stuff just to bitch about it and try to get their voice out there. And then you just have people that walk away. They're like, I own like 100 of these games. Yeah. How many more do I need?
Did anybody here? Did you play or buy Mirage? Because I actually like Mirage. Mirage felt a lot like the old school ones.
It was funny. They released Mirage $10 less because they knew no one was really going to buy it.
It was also a bit of a shorter. It was a more linear experience. Doesn't take quite as long to actually get through the main story as it did with the other two previous, the other three actually. Because if there's one complaint people had about Odyssey, Origins, and the last one that came out, what was it? The Viking one. They were like the big unanimous thing I heard from a lot of people. The games were too long. There was just too much to do. That was too distracting.
Too much.
Yeah, I knew people that were putting in hundreds of hours. To me, that's overkill. Like, you don't need Assassin's Creed to be like 140 hours long.
Oh, hell no. That's just way too much.
I think our friend Assassin Lupa, she's one of the biggest Assassin's Creed fans I've ever known. Like, her numbers on that game were staggering. She had something like way out there, like beyond the average person. Like she played it to pieces. Shout out to Assassin Lupa too. I hope she's doing well wherever she is. I haven't heard from her in like 2 years now. But yeah, I miss her a lot, and I hope she's doing well. But I have no further updates on that. I haven't heard anything.
Damn.
Yeah. So no, obviously you're not a fan of Assassin's. Well, you probably were a fan, but again, they've kind of and it's kind of funny because they took the break, right? Remember they took a little bit of a break.
Oh yeah.
What was it before Origins, right? I think they took a year or two off, and they came back, and then Origins came out. Was that one like in Egypt, and it took off, and became a big hit again. And then they're like, oh, look, people like it again. And then they're like, yeah,
they just kept going again. That's what they all do, man. Even with movies, I mean, they just don't stop. Like once a movie hits, they just keep it going until they kill it. And then when they want to whore it out and make more money, they take it out of the closet and like, oh, here you go.
Get back out on the corner, damn it.
But they're also remaking Black Flag. So
wow, that's fucking weird.
Again, there's another game.
They're just dying to have the pirate stuff in there, aren't they? They're like,
Yeah.
our game Skull and Bones completely fucking flopped, so let's make Black Flag
Oh,
again.
I got that game for $10. I traded in for 11 because I couldn't even figure it
That's
out, man.
dope. I've done that once. Oh yeah, that was weird. It was a
yeah,
weird
when you
game.
get more on your trade, then yeah, that's crazy. Did anybody
that
hear?
once,
Like, just curious, did anybody even play Skull and Bones? I mean, I had a vague interest in it when they first announced it, but then it got delayed so many
Just the
fucking times.
beta.
I was like, yeah, never mind. Anybody?
I
Piggles?
played the beta with my
Oh,
friends.
I heard
and
crickets, so
This is when I shut it off. For some reason, I couldn't figure it out with them. It was me and two of my friends. We hop in there in the beta, and we're like, okay, cool. We get through the intro. We're like, all right, let's
The
all
intro
hop
was
on the
actually
ship.
really good. I like
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
intro.
bad. Like then we get to the open part where it's like we think it's gonna be like Sea of Thieves, and I'm like, all right, guys, like all hop on a ship, and then it was like it wouldn't allow us to all get on the same ship. We were all on separate ships, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I'm like, I want to be on the same fucking ship. So then we ended up trying, and we ended up shutting it off. So maybe it was us, but fuck it.
yeah, I thought realistically it would have been like a more realistic version of Sea of Thieves, but apparently that's not the case.
Yeah, I
No.
almost wanted to go back to Sea of Thieves. Like,
Dude, that game, okay, Skull and Bones, that's like literally a PC game from like the 90s.
really?
Literally like Red Alert or one of those games, one of those top.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like that because there's a million functions you could do. And I'm like, there's so much like functions to do in this game. What am I going to do? I have no idea where to even start playing this game.
Yeah, simplify.
I got it for $10. I was like, wow, this was your quadruple A $80 game or $70 game or whatever.
Yeah, and the
No,
funny
thanks.
thing, they did multiple beta tests on it too. Like, you'd think after your third beta test, what the fuck they done? Like, it would have been like, okay, I think they figured out what's wrong and how people are gonna like it or not like it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
weird.
You'd think that.
Like it legitimately had like success story written all over it. Just because people were really dying for this really cool, pirate game. And
Right.
just to come out and flop that fucking hard, man, that's embarrassing.
It just sucks.
It's a black eye.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ubisoft is putting out all these expensive games and they're missing. Right?
Oh man.
How about you, Pink Piggles? What's your take on Assassin's Creed? What's your affliction for it? And what do you think it's getting delayed again? And are you interested in it coming out at all?
I don't know anything about Assassin's Creed. I've never played it. I don't care to play it. I didn't even know a new game was coming out. But I do have an answer to your question. Well, I don't know why it's getting delayed. But I think this is exactly I know this is exactly why I don't even look at what's coming out because I'm just going to get disappointed. I don't want you to tell me, oh yeah, we're going to have a game next year when I'm going to have that game in 3 years. All it's going to do is disappoint me. And I think that's a lot of why people get so upset about these things because when did they announce Assassin's Creed? How long has everyone had to analyze all of these characters to decide they don't like the characters? Whereas if you had 1 month, 2 months before you went and pre-ordered the game, you wouldn't have as much time to nitpick every little thing. You'd have the game, you'd play the game, you like the game. I don't know. I don't know why they have to announce everything so early. They need to wait until they actually are in development and they have a better handle on what's going to happen. I don't understand why we need betas for everything. It's 2025. How do you not know how to design a working video game? Right? I mean, for 40 years, people have been making working video games without betas. What do we need it for now? Just make a game that works.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes you wonder even why the betas are there anymore. Is it just to gauge engagement or just to test their service? I don't really know. I mean, back in the day, a beta was really like to knock out the bugs, try to make the game as smooth as possible when they launched. I don't know anymore right now. Like I said, I don't know if it's the farm engagement or to help maybe, if the beta is popular, if it helps the pre-orders. I don't know.
I don't know, because how many online games have we had? I get in the beginning when we're changing console types, we're changing that we're going to online play, that we're doing multiplayer online, but we've had this established for so many years. Why do you need a beta test it? What do you have to work out? Like, we didn't figure this out in Halo. Why do you have to work it out now?
Yeah. So I think, and again, we've talked about this in numerous podcasts, and I guess part of the problem with the industry right now, I think in large part, is the game costs are astronomical, right? Development cycles are longer than they've ever been. And something's got to change, because we've obviously seen too that when you start development on a game, if it starts to hit like 5 years into a cycle before the thing launches, we've seen this time and time again. And Concord might be a prime example where the market literally changes in the length of time it takes to get the game out. Because when they start making it, they were probably starting to design it shortly after the massive hype that was Overwatch, right? Like, you know, a couple years after, that was kind of the hot thing, the character shooters. There was multiple ones out there like Paladins, and there was several other ones since that, right? There's several ones that some were really successful, some were moderate successes. And again, if your budget's not that big, you know, a game that say has, you know, 2 million players is probably a good number for a studio that doesn't spend a lot of money. But now for a game like Call of Duty or a Halo game, if you've got like, you know, you're spending budgets of 300 million and you've got like a player base of maybe 50,000 or less, that's probably not deemed as a good success for a game like that. You know what I mean? Everybody's metrics are different, but like I said, the market changes by the time they get the games out. But one of the things, if I was the start of a studio, and especially if I knew my budget was going to be relatively big, is I wouldn't just get some dinky ass developer coming in and going, I'm going to make a game with this fucking pink haired girl character who's going to have, you know, a fucking pogo stick up her ass, and she's going to shoot bubblegum at people. You know, like what I would do is I kind of do like my homework. I do my research within this studio and see how many of these ideas fly within the developers in the studio itself. And then I would take it to the average Joe on the street, especially if you're dealing with a AAA property, and say like, what would you like to see? Is this character good? You know, you do a poll and you'd find out where the majority of fans want it or didn't want it. And then I would make my decision before I let the devs even touch the fucking computers to build it. Because I want to make sure that the majority of the fans out there are on board with it. Not just, oh, here's the game now, you're going to accept it the way it is. You know, yeah, rest in peace, Lawbreakers. There's another one. You know, Cliffy V was behind that.
Yeah, he was.
And actually, that game, believe it or not, wasn't actually that bad. I remember playing it and thinking, I don't know where the hate is coming from, but obviously it died a quick death. And Cliffy learned a couple of lessons. I think he thought because it was Cliffy B and his experience with Gears was going to be an automatic success for him. And that's when the game industry has proven that just because your name is behind it doesn't mean it's going to be an auto success, unless you're probably Kojima, who's got Jeff Keighley and all the money in the world backing him up for whatever he makes. That dude could fucking make a pancake with a pile of shit on top of it, and everybody would think it was the best meal he ever had. Right?
You're damn right about that as far as Kojima goes. But I think, too, if you say Kojima, it's because he does have a bit long, I guess you would say longer pedigree established with that. But exactly. I'm going to make a counter argument to what you had said earlier, going back to the whole Concord thing. Because Concord was a shit show, start to finish. And you know, you were talking about market shifts, and that argument can only last so long. Because look at what just dropped, Marvel Rivals. That's a hero shooter. I jumped into it for a little bit. You know, I haven't put much time into it. I got buddies who play it and shit like that. I downloaded it, and hero shooter, and that game's doing gangbusters right now. So
okay, here's the thought on that though, Proto. And I was watching a podcast. I forget whose podcast. It was a fairly big podcaster that was doing this, and he was talking about Rivals. And one of the things he said right off the bat. I mean, first of all, it's got the Marvel properties, which is basically a license to print money, right? He goes, but it doesn't always work, because if you look at the Avengers game, that game kind of flopped hard, right? He said, so it doesn't always work. But here's the thing. He goes, with Marvel Rivals, they gave it to a fucking was it a Chinese developer of all people, right? A Chinese developer with very little pedigree, and they made the characters cool and exciting, and they made the characters look very comic-y. They didn't fucking change people. They didn't make white people black and fucking black people fucking pink. They made the girls look like fucking sexy ass girls. They weren't all flat with fucking flat bums and fucking, you know what I mean? Like he said, basically they made the characters fucking cool and you wanted to play as them. Whereas all the other superhero games, they take the shit now and they water it down. I'm fucking surprised they haven't changed Deadpool already to make him into some kind of PG fucking leotard wearing twat waffle. You know what I mean?
Right. No, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I think as far as like the shifting market, you can only go so far with that before it becomes a cop out. Everything else you just said, where it's like, you know, a whole characterization thing, I think that's where it all falls flat. And I think that's where this new Assassin's Creed game is running into all of its, issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only use the market shifts for so long. I get it, and we're going to talk about probably that in a little bit too, I'm sure. But you can only go so far with that before it just, you got to look internally at what's, like you had said, what's being done with the game, the characterization, the gameplay. Is the gameplay model, completely out of date? I mean, obviously, Marvel Rivals shows that there's, you put a great license behind it, you can still get life out of the hero shooter. It's just in whoever's hands,
Yeah. Well, I think one of the big problems with Avengers when it came out was right off the bat, they made the game as a live service game. And it's the same thing that also killed the Suicide Squad. These games, I think, could have been decent on their own with a strong story and more of a narrative put on the story, as opposed to doing a live service and trying to make money on it down the road. Like, this is something I never understood. You don't need live service games necessarily when you're dealing with Marvel, DC, or a major property, because these games are going to sell millions right off day one, right? Even if the game is shit, those games are going to do money on the first week. The question is, how does the game do after its first month on the shelf, after the word of mouth gets out, right? And I think, like I said, these live service things do not work. And I think companies are finding out the hard way that if you're not one of the first to do it, and you're not going to do it way better than the people before you, you're not going to survive. There's too many games on the market right now, and everybody's finding it out the hard way. If you're not Fortnite, if you're not that style of game, you got a very slim chance of being successful, even if it's free to play, right? Marvel Rivals is free to play, but again, they're going to bait people in because it's Marvel Rivals. So they're going to get the people in already, and they're going to get lots of Marvel fans. They're going to go in and they're going to buy fucking skins, and they're going to buy their upgrades because, again, it's Marvel, right? But the game is cool. That's the thing. It's fun to play, and it's cool, whereas the Avengers tried a little bit to bank on the movie, but it didn't feel anything like the movies.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right?
Nope.
They use the costumes. The characters kind of look very similar. But like after I passed the bridge level in that Marvel Avengers game, I went, this game fucking kind of shit.
Yeah,
like,
and
I always just said, and I keep going back to the Hulk analogy. I'm the fucking Hulk, right? One of the strongest Marvel characters in the gauntlet of Marvel characters. And when a little fucking pipsqueak fucking 5 foot tall soldier walks up to me and I'm whacking at him, like fucking pounding on him, and they can't kill him, I'm like, this already fucked up to me. Go back and make a Hulk game like they did. Remember back in the Xbox when they had Hulk Ultimate Destruction? You're fucking blasting down buildings with your fists. That's what I want to play as.
Yeah, that was a real Hulk game. Yeah,
I don't want to be a superhero that starts out like Clark Kent and got to fucking build up my superpowers for 40 hours before the dude can fucking beat up a human.
Gotta put the time in,
right? Nobody wants that shit. You want to have your fucking characters feeling like they're right out the gate, right? That's that, like those games don't need level up tactics. They don't need you leveling up. Curse me out if you think I'm wrong on this, but if you're playing as Captain of fucking America, do you want to be leveling up Captain America the whole fucking game? Right?
No, hell no. You want to be America's ass out of the gate.
You want to hit the ground running, right?
I want to see America's ass. Fuck the fight.
Like, let's look at the Spider-Man games. The Spider-Man games, he feels powerful out of the box. Like, he feels like Spider-Man, but just you do upgrade his powers. You get more accessibility, but he feels good out of the box. Would I say it's a fair assessment when you play Spider-Man? Like, right off the hop, you're kicking ass in Spider-Man. You feel like Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
As the game goes on, yes, you do get more shit. You do get more powers, but it doesn't feel like a grind.
No.
Right?
No.
Not at all.
No.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm rambling on. I'm taking up too much time.
No, you're good.
We're kind of get back on topic. Assassin's Creed, obviously, Pink Piggles. You said you're not a big Assassin's Creed fan, so that goes against you right there. I don't know, like to you, obviously, and I guess because you're not, it doesn't really matter about the characters to you, whether it's a dude, it's a woman. I mean, notoriously, the game has pretty much been male dominated, so I'll give it that. The Assassin's Creed's been pretty much male dominated, with the exception of what was it, Assassin's Creed Liberation, which had the black chick in it, right?
Right.
The one she's in the bio or whatever, and that was actually a really good game too. By the way, it came out on the Vita. It was made for the Vita, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
really
I think they ended up porting it to the 360 and PS3.
They did, yes. Yep. Yeah, they did. But it was built for the Vita, and it was a fantastic game, actually. But see, those Assassin's Creed games too, you actually had the little knife in your hand. That's the big one thing I had a problem with that last one. That one that was in like the one where you're the gladiator. What's that one? Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? He didn't even have the fucking. You didn't even have the kill knife in that one. First game that took it away from him completely. It's like that's kind of weird. I felt like this is Assassin's Creed mixed with Rise Son of Rome. You know.
Yep.
But honestly, Rise Son of Rome,
about
I
the
take that game
characters because you said if I don't know, I don't really care about the characters, and I don't. But I like games where you get to pick your character.
That's cool. Yeah.
Right.
Now,
That's
when
what I want.
you play a game as a girl, do you normally pick the female characters?
My
if there's the
choice
option?
on character has nothing to do male or female. That's not why I pick a character.
Okay.
Like right now, because I play a lot of Call of Duty. I have both sides. I have two guys, and the reason I picked the two guys is they're wearing like face masks, so all you see are their eyes. That was was my thought process behind picking them. Right. Sometimes I go and I pick like who's the most ridiculous looking person I can. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this person's buff, or sometimes I'm like, you mentioned about a lady with pink hair. I would totally pick a lady with pink hair because I love pink. Right. I'd be like, hell yeah, I want that hairstyle. I'm going to play with her.
Fair.
So
I like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I have just a lot of other reasons on why I pick male or female. And a lot of games too, I go back and forth depending on what I'm playing. And that's why I think if you give people the option, and I've noticed too, when we play with a lot of guys, they don't always pick the guy character. And they're not always picking a sexy woman either. Sometimes they're picking like the buff woman,
All right, well, let's just go to the Call of Duty scenario. How come Call of Duty hasn't given us a completely customizable option yet? They give you like you pick a preset character, and yes, you can buy a skin for them down the road. But how come we haven't been able to basically try to design ourselves in the game? Does anybody have a reason why they haven't?
They don't even have good skins
because they can't sell it to you.
You know, what if I do want to be a fucking 280-pound fucking chicken nugget eating motherfucker running around, right?
That's how I make my dudes. Anytime I would create a wrestler in a wrestling game, he'd just be the biggest, motherfucker out there.
Yeah.
No, the Call of Duty question though, that it's simple. They can't sell that to you, at least not yet.
I guess they're probably afraid of all the mods and all the versions people would have, because I'm pretty sure you'd have an abundance of penis faces walking around the fucking map, probably.
That's true too. Giant schlongs just slapping around all over the damn screen.
So, Proto, when you pick a character, is it normally a male, female, if there's choice?
It just whoever piques my interest. It doesn't matter. If I let's take a fighting game for example. Let's take Street Fighter. Yeah. I'm either going to end up picking Akuma, or I'm going to pick Chun-Li, just because those were the two that I always kind of gravitated towards. Just different play styles. Kuma hits a little harder, Chun-Li's a little faster. It just depends on what I'm feeling. Mortal Kombat was the same way. I main Scorpion, but I also like playing as Melina. So that's never a deciding factor for me.
Katana over here.
Nice.
MK2.
Yeah, see, I'm sorry, but usually with me, if there's a female character in the game and I'm going to pick her, she's usually sexy. If she's not fucking sexy, don't pick her. I'm sorry. I'm going to sound like the male chauvinist pig here, but that's how I roll. Right?
You didn't pick Princess Peach this weekend.
I know, right?
What?
Yeah, you didn't pick Princess Peach this weekend.
No, I didn't pick Princess Peach. No, because she's been.
He was probably waiting for Bowsette.
Yeah,
she's been with the Mario Brothers too long, okay, and they're both plumbers, and we know how that ends. So I'm not getting up her skirt, okay? She's had enough plumbing of her own.
That's too funny.
That's why she floats higher when she jumps, because she's having what do you call it? Fucking pussy farts that floats into the air.
She's gotta air it out.
She's Mary Poppins
she's gonna queef herself all the way to the sky.
Well, do you remember when she was in the Mario 2 game on the NES and she'd fucking jump, and she's the one that used to be able to float through the fucking air?
Yep. Starting in Super Mario Brothers 2, yeah.
Yeah, remember that? Like, the characters are a little bit different in the Mario Brothers 2, right? They didn't all handle the same, and she jump, and you could fucking float way further with her. She must air up under her dress or something.
See, you notice though, I pick Wario every time we play, because Wario's got Chunk in the trunk, and I just love. You saw where Frank had the screenshot of me on the #1 winner stand. I'm showing off my ass. Like I said, Wario cracks me up. I love it.
big old buns.
Yeah, he does have the junk. Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
turned on when he at the ceremony. They're
around.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
look at me, look at my ass. Ah. Iceman Toad is his guy. Yeah, he just likes the big mushroom head. That one. He likes the shrooms. Iceman likes the shrooms. Fazaz should have picked the slut Pauline.
Oh my god! I know, right?
Oh man. How about yourself, Hot? When you pick a character in a game, is it normally somebody that represents you? Is it a male? Is it female? Does it fucking matter? Is it kind of just a random?
Oh man, well, I've been on a good streak for a good couple of years. Actually, oh man, I don't even know how long. But I always pick a girl, pretty much every time. Diablo 4, Necromancer, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna fight, probably with a girl. Probably gonna be like Chun-Li, like Proto was saying, or Katana, like.
Mm-hmm.
But fighting games, you can go here or there, just based off fighting styles. But dude, when you get like an RPG game, I'm always a girl. And now I'm into like, I just create my wife in the game. So my wife will walk down in the game, like, and just sit on the couch and be playing. And like, she'll look up and the dialogue will be like her name. She's like, what? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing as you. I'm playing as you in Outer Worlds. So I'll let you know how it goes. So yeah, no, I just, I either just create a random girl or I'll create my wife and just go about it. Kind of got bored of creating myself. So that's where I'm at now.
That's cool. That's cool.
Thank God you're not creating like a mutual friend and then your wife comes down and sees it.
Yeah, I know, right? Who is this? We're just
I could
friends.
see that
Who is
turning out
Becky? Why are
like,
you playing as her?
I'm pretty sure you've all played Skyrim. I don't know I'm gonna have to say with Skyrim, it didn't matter what you wanted to pick or who you chose, every character turned out ugly. So that's just I found like everybody's character looked ugly. Didn't matter how much you tried to make it look like yourself or you tried to make it look like Tom Cruise, they all fucking looked like ugly Skyrim characters.
yeah, it looked like somebody put a fire out on their face with a pitchfork.
Thank God Starfield's facial design came a little ways since that one, for God's sake.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. That's how you just picked the cat dude, right? The Khajiit or whatever the hell it was in Skyrim, and you just always look like a big pussy. So there you go.
Man, Hulk don't smash.
The big lizard or big pussy. There you go. That's because Bethesda faces are always hideous. Yes, they were pretty hideous. They always just kind of look very static, stale, and lifeless, and just kind of like they all had really bad plastic surgery. You know,
the dead eyes. The dead eyes is what does
the dead eyes.
Dude,
That dragon.
I didn't know what you meant by like those dead eyes and like Bethesda games and stuff like that. Like I didn't really understand it because for me, my first Bethesda game was Starfield, and I recently just went back and started just playing to see what it was like. New Vegas, the first one from the 360, and obviously it's dated. So I'm playing it, and I get to the thing, and it's like the person's talking to me like this. Hey, how's it going? Like, but the eyes are just like this. I'm like,
eyes are wide open. You don't
this
really
is
move.
what they were talking about.
It's like it's a shit you see in nightmares. You wake up and all of a sudden, like my wife fuck with me. Sometimes I'll be getting up and all of a sudden she gives me that kind of dead stare. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
You're like, fuck off with that Skyrim look, and she's just looking at you. Don't know what you're talking about.
Quit looking at me like you came out of a Bethesda game, woman.
You goddamn NPC.
Dragon Age. How are you liking that game, Perry?
Dude.
Well, this kind of comes into the conversation. I made a midget woman, and I put her in a little costume, a wizard costume.
Okay.
And she kind of looks like Joanna Dark as a midget. So there you go. I mean,
that's not terrible.
I don't care who I play as. But Proto mentioned Chun-Li in Street Fighter. You kind of need Chun-Li to beat Vega in Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo. Just saying.
Oh, absolutely, dude. You're absolutely correct.
I was there.
I'll see.
I bore witness to that. I know.
In the Resident Evil games, did you get to play as Ada Wong? It's like, oh yeah, baby. Love Ada Wong.
Oh my goodness.
You're about to start a marital spat.
Absolutely. I love me them Asian girls. My wife is Asian, for a matter of fact. So there you go.
Excellent. So Chinese food on New
My
Year's,
wife is a Filipino. Yeah. Great
Easy as
conversation. Look how
lightning
we've gone
bolt.
off the rails. We started about Assassin's Creed Origins or
Yeah.
Shadows, and we're down into the rabbit hole now of some other conversation. But that's fun. Great
That is
stuff.
correct.
I'll just add this really quick. Like I said, Mortal Kombat 2, I'm always Katana.
Mhm.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, I'm Smoke. I mean, that's just the way that it is.
Ooh,
Yeah, Cyber or Human Smoke.
Cyber. I can't do
Cyber,
human.
yeah. He was a badass.
Oh, yeah.
My combo in
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, I always went with Liu Kang or Sub-Zero. Just love those two. Sub-Zero, I
Sub-Zero
liked him
was-
more for the look. Just I love the cool ninja outfit, and freezing people was kind of cool. Most people go with Scorpion, but I'm a Sub-Zero guy.
Yeah.
I
Sub-Zero was
love me some
definitely
Johnny
OG
Cage. I like me some Johnny Cage, Cassie Cage,
Yeah.
like the whole family.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with the cages.
No,
Well, I'm glad
no.
you're enjoying Veilguard. I mean, honestly, like I don't dissuade anybody, man. If you
Dude,
buy a
I'm
game, I hope
so
when you buy it, you enjoy it.
That's one game I won't play.
You know, it's on my list. I don't know if and when I'll pick it up, but it's right now. Just the backlog is too big, and it's just a game that I don't feel like dropping like a full coin on it. You know, maybe if it's on a big sale, I might dabble with it, and try to bypass the parts that kind of the media has kind of sung out there. It looks pretty cool. Some of the gameplay I've seen of it looks pretty good. So yeah, but we'll see. Yeah. By the way, I'm playing that game right now. What the fuck is it? Atlas Fallen, I think it's called. It's a co-op RPG adventure action game, and it is co-op. So if anybody wants to play that with me, I'd love to have a co-op partner.
Atlas
funny.
Fallen. What's that one? I got to look that one up.
It's right now it is free on Game Pass. Well, I shouldn't say free on Game, but it's on Game Pass.
Free on Game
I don't
Pass.
remember if it was on the PlayStation Plus games a while back. I can't remember. I know it was on sale around Christmas time. So yeah, it's actually kind of cool.
Definitely give that
The
a
graphics could the graphics aren't the best, but they get you by. But it's a pretty cool game though.
That's okay.
So
That's all right.
yeah, see, Infinite Heroes says Atlas Fallen is cool. Batman is the man. Yeah. All right.
I'll have to break out like a Chris Jericho list. Just call it the list, and it's going on the list.
Anthony L. Is that Anthony
really
from
his
your
fast
show,
food
Garf?
list.
Yeah.
Perry?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I just know it was Anthony. I know a whole lot of Anthonys, so there you go. I hope the L is not for taking an L.
Oh,
L for
That's
love.
funny.
Anthony L. What's going on, CC Trout? Yeah, Atlas Fallen Rain of Sand. It had an update, so yeah, they added a title. It used to be just Atlas Fallen Rain of Sand. So,
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, all I can say is I am still excited for Assassin's Creed to a certain degree. I definitely plan on picking it up when it comes out, and I hope the game is good. That's all. I really don't give a shit who the protagonist is, to be honest with you. Like most of these games try to use. Huh? What's that?
No,
Somebody said something. Okay. Like I said, I'm excited for it. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I mean, I'm not as excited as I was, but I hope it does good, and I'm looking forward to it. But again, this year is going to be stacked, and I think by March March is going to be another really stacked month. So yeah, we'll see. All righty. Let's move on to the second topic of the night then, and this is one that we kind of dabbled with last week, just out of the blue, and it's kind of funny because we were sort of the first ones that I saw talking about it, and now it's gaining traction, and we got major sources like Jez Corden over at Windows Central basically confirming what we were kind of talking about last week, and that is the Xbox Series X, at least the disc version, is in massive shortages at various countries around the world and at most major retailers. I can't find one at Best Buy, Amazon, GameStop, anywhere here. I don't know about some of my smaller stores. Sometimes our Shoppers Drug Mart up here has them, and nobody shops here because you don't go into Shoppers Drug Mart thinking there's a fucking video game console in there. So maybe they have one, but yeah. So what's going on, man? It's just like all of a sudden everybody got the hots for Xbox because I thought everything was an Xbox. Now all of a sudden it's the disc drive version too, right? Of all things, that's very hard to get. Can't even find the 2 terabyte with the speckled stars on it. So I don't know what's going on. It's a couple of refurbished ones out there, but I'm not interested in a fucking refurb. I want a fucking new one if I'm getting one. So what do you guys think? What the hell is going on? Is this by design? Is it just a fluke? Or Microsoft run out of fucking processors? Or Phil Spencer's planning on putting Xbox on a fucking on a digital calculator? What's going on here?
You can find
Harry,
the
why don't you
digital
take it
one
away?
easily, right? So, I mean, that kind of tells you everything you need to know, right?
All right. So you think it's by design? You think this is not just the fluke that there's shortage? Like maybe they just stopped producing them or they stopped shipping them or what?
Everything is an Xbox campaign, and then this happens. One can only imagine.
Why can
right?
you still get a Series S, or why can you still like? I've found the white digital Xbox Series X
Right.
around.
Because they want you to be all digital. They want to push you into that digital thing, and maybe they don't want to pay
Also-
for the rights for the Blu-ray drive anymore. I don't know. We don't know.
Cheaper. You're cutting that. You're probably cutting that little bit of cost. I know the system is what $50 cheaper, but you're also cutting that cost to not put the disc drive in there. So
Yep.
I don't know, a little bit of
Okay,
sugar
like
on top, I guess.
Frank says this in the chat too. These guys are saying they're just sold out, but some of the stores have even pulled them off their website. And I think you were alluding that too in a couple of cases last week, Perry, that some stores like weren't even really listed, or they were making it very difficult for you to even find them listed.
So
Yeah.
Best Buy over here, it says open box and unavailable, which usually means the item is discontinued. So just take that for what you may, but I used to work there, and that's usually what that used to mean.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of places go unavailable and don't know when it's going to be back in stock.
Right.
Like most people usually know, okay, well, the next shipment comes next week, and I'm not even feeling that out.
Now, Xbox's website, I mean, we looked this up last week, but they do have them. So I mean, you can order it there,
Right?
but there's just no retailer you can go to find these things. And
Yeah,
by the way, I have a buddy who
I was in my Walmart the other night. There wasn't an Xbox to be seen. Completely
I have
gone.
a buddy who he goes to all the stores and he like looks for stuff. He said he hasn't seen one either. And he's
Damn.
been New York, Connecticut, Jersey. I was like, let me know if you find them throughout the week. Just let me know if you see
Yeah,
one
and you know
up
what
there.
doubly sucks is up here right now, as I was saying prior to the show starting, is Canada has been running a one of these weird things that Trudeau tried to implement to get a little favoritism was he decided to get rid of the provincial sales tax or the government sales tax, sorry, on all of electronic items like game consoles and toys up here just before Christmas. So that promotion runs for about another month or so, which is a great way if anybody is wanting to buy a console, because you know how often consoles go on sale, not a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
So the
Right.
fact that you could save $60 or $100 on one of the more expensive consoles, it would be a great time to buy. I mean, you'd rather save something than nothing. So that's a controller or an extra game by saving the tax. So and now you can't fucking find one to buy it anyway. So it's kind of like, yeah, I guess you're screwed.
Well, I want to say, you said were you going to play it on a digital calculator? I'm a nerd, and if you can play Xbox on a calculator, count me in for the record.
I bought a TV today that
really
plays Xbox.
Yeah. But I'm just, I don't know why anyone's really surprised about this, though. To me, the only surprising part is that they didn't announce it, because look how many retailers now do not sell physical games. When the PlayStation 5 Pro just came out, it didn't have the disk drive, and you have to buy the disk drive as an add-on, right? That's not part of the console. That's an extra piece that you have to pay extra money for if you want to put it on there. This is where the market has been going for quite a few years. And they kind of, I don't even know what level consoles came out that they tried to say, oh, we're going to go digital. People didn't like it. So now they said, okay, no, we're going to stay physical. They just slowly do it over time. But this is the road we've been going down. To me, it's just surprising that they kind of silently did it instead of waiting for a new release or making an announcement. But I agree with Perry that it came out right at the time that they're really ramping up to everything as an Xbox marketing. And now it's not digital. And that's the whole thing, is if everything is an Xbox, they need you to have, or there's no physical. Because if everything's an
But I still
Xbox,
don't get it.
they need you to have digital.
Why wouldn't you want to sell more Xboxes regardless by just having them available? If people want that option, they have that option. It's there. Like it's not
It costs money. It costs money to produce an extra SKU. What right? It costs them money to have to produce this. You can streamline all of your manufacturing if you just have the one model. And I think that's why PlayStation did it as an add-on, because they can make one core model the same, and then they have an accessory piece.
Yep.
Whereas Xbox had two separate models.
PlayStation does things pretty stupid anyway. Like I don't agree with the PlayStation, especially with the PlayStation 5 Pro fucking being like $800 and fucking still not having a disk drive. Like you can go eat a dick. right? Put the fucking thing in there. Come on, make it an accessory, and then the scalpers go out and fucking hog them all, and then you got to buy the fucking disk drive off a scalper. Like, come on, man, we've been through.
That's like I said, though, that's part of the design. They streamline their manufacturing.
design
They have
sucks. Can you send them an
core
email?
console, and they want you to buy everything digital. That's the whole purpose, and that's what Xbox wants. Xbox wants you to have everything digital because now, like Perry said, he just got a TV today.
Yep.
You can play Xbox on the TV, so you don't need to buy an Xbox. Right? We have a TV.
That one's got the app or something built in on that one, Perry.
That's their whole goal.
How it works. That'd be crazy.
But you gotta stream it, right? If you're playing Xbox, it's through the cloud, right? Cloud streaming.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty cool app because you don't even have to open the app to TV when you go to the games section. It's like, hey, you want to pair any Bluetooth controller to this before you play the Xbox app? And it's like, all right, cool.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's a cool TV. Fuck it, what, 85 inches?
Yeah, it's a 2023 Samsung Tizen. Hey, man, it was open box for $411, 85-inch. I'm watching the Royal Rumble on that bitch.
Hell yeah.
Fucking steal that.
Everyone's coming over to the shop, and we're watching the Royal Rumble, baby.
Oh,
Nice.
That's fucking badass. Wish I was in Jersey right about now.
Perry goes bigger, he goes home, eh? So apparently he goes big and goes home.
Hey, you can't beat that for $412.
No, you really can't. That's fucking awesome.
It's crazy, right?
You're getting more head with the QLED, baby.
And then
That's
Franco,
awesome,
saying
I'm happy for you. That's awesome.
85-inch tall CM Punk. I'm all about that.
I want an 85-inch tall Larry.
Oh yeah,
85-inch tall. See my junk. Is that what it is?
See my
Somebody should make a CM Punk shirt like that. Yeah, just switch the fucking graphic. See my junk.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be awesome. Fucking, I was surprised CM Punk would probably make his own fucking shirt like that and see my junk.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck. Kevin Owens would come out with something like that, probably. See my junk. Kevin Owens.
Yeah, he would.
Oh fuck. Oh man. I don't know. Anybody else want to weigh in on this? Like, who did I not go to? Just how about it? The floor is open. What's your takeaway on this? Is it just maybe there's more coming next month? It's just getting worked up over nothing. I mean, we saw shortages during COVID, but that was a bit of a different thing. But the funny thing I found with COVID, and this is where I got mad a little bit, is you'd walk into your store and there'd be fucking Series S's all over the goddamn place, right? Series S, Nintendo Switch, Series S, Nintendo Switch. And then all the stores are like, yeah, we don't carry the Series X and we don't carry PlayStation 5s. We can't get them, or we're not carrying them because then it would mean there's too much traffic in the stores and they're all the people that coming in and they're breaking the social distancing bullshit. And the funny thing is like, yeah, but you got fucking Switches coming out the asshole and you got fucking Series S's on the shelf, but none of the, I wasn't buying it. It was like something weird. Why is Xbox not promoting its most powerful, definitive console? Right? Weird.
Artificial
I feel like we're back
scarcity.
here again.
Artificial scarcity. They're creating the scarcity. Because I'm with Perry and Pink on this. It's their mandate at this point, right? Microsoft wants Xbox to be, everything's an Xbox, and even we saw in the leaked advertisement materials for when they were going all digital with the Series X, where they said, "Oh, it's going to be adorably all digital." It's the mandate they want. To riff off Pink's point here, where they said you saying they didn't announce it. I kind of feel like that's in their plan. Like all of a sudden they just put in here's my tinfoil hat going on, right? They just throw their hands up. Oops, it's all gone. Now you have to buy the all digital, or everything's an Xbox. You can just play it on your phone. Why do you need it?
Yeah.
It's going to be that whole gaslighting situation where you don't need that. Why are you worried about it? Kind of shit.
Do you think they're artificially creating a demand for the Series S and the digital Xbox Series X so they can move more of those units? One, they can save money because they don't have to put the disk drive in. And it also encourages more people to get Game Pass, because if your system is only digital, it kind of makes sense to fucking have Game Pass. Realistically, right? I would say if you're on a Series S or a digital Xbox Series X, you're most likely, I'd say 9 times out of 10, you're going to get Game Pass to go with it. Now, if you got a Series X, maybe you're like the old school Newf Nukem that just wanted to buy everything on disc.
Yeah, you buy a couple of, if you're buying something with a disc drive, you're going to buy a couple of games, you're happy, and then maybe you'll check out Game Pass down the line, right? You're coming home with a Series S or the digital Series X, you're going to get that Game Pass card, and you're going to have access to that library. So it's like instead of having the whole old school, like you said, Newf, and I'm the same way. If I'm buying a new console, I'm going to buy 1 or 2 games and I'm good to go until I start building up my library. But if I was to go out tomorrow and buy a Series S, I'm moving my Game Pass over. I don't have to worry about buying a digital code for to get a game, because I'll just have access to it there. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's their mandate. I mean, I heard, I'd seen it on social media here and there where they were saying stuff like, oh, well, how come they just didn't do like Sega did and just said they were pulling it out? They're not pulling a whole Sega yet. They're not pulling out of the whole market. They still want to market their brand and still have that console, I guess, as an option. But yeah, they don't want to deal with the physical end of it anymore. They've made that perfectly clear. So it's just like they're going to quietly phase it out. You're going to have this artificial scarcity, and now it's going to drive up demand for the other 2 SKUs because, like Pink said as well, it costs money to run multiple SKUs, and they're running actually the 3 SKUs because you have the disk drive one, then you have the digital X, and then you have the digital S. You knock one out, you're saving money there. And of course, at this point, Microsoft is looking down at the Xbox division. It's like, all right, where's my money? Where's my money? You got ABK, you got Bethesda. Where's my money? I want my money. That shit didn't come for fucking free. They got to make that up somewhere.
Exactly.
Do you think this is also a way that they think that they can get some of the phone gaming market into the video game market? Because, right, if a new Xbox comes out, you're going to drop $500 and you'll buy a console. But somebody who plays Candy Crush on their phone is never going to spend $500 on a console if they're not a gamer. But do you think part of it is they think that person playing Candy Crush isn't spending $500, but they might spend $25 a month on Game Pass?
I absolutely do. I think it's all part of their grand plan. That's my tinfoil hat part. That's part of their plan.
It's like pushing
sometimes your tinfoil hat is absolutely right, though, right? That's the thing.
What's that?
Every once in a while, I said sometimes your tinfoil hat theories are actually right. That's the funny part, right? Sometimes we talk
scary, right?
And guys will listen to our podcast. So those guys are full of shit. They're just speculating. But sometimes speculation is actually right. It's just that these companies are not usually the ones that come out and tell you. Like they put out a posting like, Xbox Series X has now been discontinued, or Xbox Series X is in very limited supply, and at least give you an update or reason as to why it's in limited supply. Like, even if your retailers could tell you, well, you know what, right now they're dealing with a shortage or there's a shipping issue or something, but they will be back in stock. Like that's the kind of stuff that's all I really want, is at least a no. But when you're sitting there week after week and you're checking the stocks and there's no, like, it's all available, we don't know when it's going to be back in stock. Like, to me, that's not a fucking answer. Right. And obviously somebody's got to know. Xbox has got to know. Fucking Aaron Greenberg or somebody's fucking got to know what the hell is going on with their console distribution.
They know. They just don't feel like it's information we need, because then we'll just go buy something else.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's exactly what Pickles said. It's kind of like they're just very slowly manipulating the market to the way they need to. It's like pushing a little snowball down a hill with snow on it. It's getting bigger and bigger as it goes down the hill. So it's like they're just going to start pulling a little bit, probably. Next thing you know, you look around, you're like, oh, wow, there's no Series X's with discs anymore. Okay, check. Then next thing you know, everyone's got digital, and that's where you start pushing the Game Pass, and bada bing, bada boom, no more discs, and you're not paying for the Blu-ray, probably, whatever. You got to pay, what is it, Sony for the Blu-rays?
Yeah.
Where they use the Azure service.
That's their license,
Yeah, so it'd be like you're kind of like, okay, we can cut that little pool out of market, cut that out.
Well,
keep money in house.
The big thing that Piggles mentioned was the next Xbox is not going to have a disc drive, right? And then you have the handheld. So you got to start getting people ready for digital now if you're in that ecosystem. Right. So again, silently discontinue the disc drive, save that money on the Blu-ray licensing, And there you go.
Yeah. And it's just like everybody else has said too. It's not like we didn't see this coming, especially in big box stores. Because I mean, I'm in stores all the time, just doing random day-to-day bullshit, and you can see. I mean, like everybody here is saying, well, we see a bunch of S's on the shelves. Yeah, so do I. I don't see a whole lot of physical games more on the Xbox side of thing though either. It's more again the digital cards.
Oh, at Best Buy,
Xbox cards.
They had NCAA college football, the whole, I don't know, maybe about 10 copies, and that was pretty much it. For Xbox.
I know my Walmart out here, the couple of Walmarts that I go to, and one of the Targets, literally the only physical games for Xbox anymore are the budget price titles, the one that they drop price on to move them out of the store. Everything else, it's cards. It's all digital. We knew it was coming.
We got this for $25 a few weeks ago.
And if you guys are wondering why I'm so dead set if I'm going to buy another Series X, why I'm dead set on the disk drive version, I'll tell you why. Because I have a Series S right now, right? So that's my digital ecosystem. But I want the Series X, one, for the performance, and two, because the backwards compatible. I have a lot of games on disc, and it's just a convenience to me, right? It's convenience to go pop the disc in. And plus, Xbox still offers one feature that Sony got rid of a couple years ago. I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can actually listen to your audio CDs in an Xbox. You can't do that on Sony.
Yep.
Sony does not have a CD player version in there. You can say Blu-ray drives, but don't read audio discs.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Holy
and actually,
you listen to all your 2000s mixtapes on your Xbox.
Oh, I still got my CDs in my binder upstairs
all the time.
If I'm not hearing Avril Lavigne pumping through my TV speakers, I'm just not living.
I've actually got a portable Sony.
I'll go get my Avril CDs right now.
Oh shit! I was only joking at that point.
I'm not kidding. I started having Avril CDs. I'm dead ass, bro.
He's got the poster behind him.
CD players anymore. So I have a Sony.
I'll wear my sweatshirt next week,
and I'll wear my Avril sweatshirt and play my music.
You'll see it.
Yeah. And going back into also, I think it might even save Microsoft some time, even some more time and money, not having to license out the Blu-rays, because that's they're got to purchase them, license them from Sony, whatever. You have to go in and download a driver for it, so it just saves them from having to make compatible drivers for it too. To watch movies. Like your games will load up just fine, obviously. But I had went to go watch a movie and in my bedroom, and I'm like, oh well. I got the PS5. I don't want to fuck around downloading anything or anything like that on that. Let me just pop one in the Xbox. It's like you got to download drivers for all of them now too. So even some of that back end, they don't have to worry about that at all either.
And don't think for a second that Sony's not part of this, because like I said, that's why Sony has a disk drive as an add-on. Because do you really think that add-on is going to be available forever? No, at a certain point, you will still be able to buy the Pro, but you will not be able to buy the disk drive for it. Right? Like they just took a baby step, whereas Xbox was like, okay, we're gonna skip the baby step. We're just gonna silently get rid of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, only time will tell. But if we don't see these things back on store shelves, I figure within the next 3 months, then I have to start wondering what is the deal, right?
These are boots.
And maybe on the 23rd, this is speculation. I don't know. Maybe they'll announce a new SKU with a disk drive. We don't know.
You don't know.
Maybe
the
Phil Spencer's gonna walk up with the disk drive Xbox in a chair. He's just gonna shoot it.
Yeah, he's gonna yell at the bastard on stage.
He just shoots the disc Xbox right in the mouth for going diskless.
He's got a double barrel in hand, and he just says "Welcome to the future," and then plugs the son of a bitch.
Newf in his Terminator voice, like the future is now, old man.
Yeah,
that's how they promote Doom, the new Doom.
Yeah. They'll do it with the chainsaw shotgun.
Yeah.
Put it in the slipgate.
Yeah.
What's going on? Shout out to the chat, guys. We got an amazing chat here again tonight. Lots of great familiar faces in here. Anthony, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you here. Infinite Hero 79, Iceman LMH is here. RWK88 in the building with us tonight. Good to see you here. Sir X-Man's been hanging out with us tonight. It's good to see Sir X-Man in the house. Mental 9R is in the building. It's good to see my good brother Mental here as well. And yeah, make sure you go check out his channel, Caffeine Entertainment. Great stuff, lots of great content, and the man has come a long ways in his short time with his podcasting. Speaking of guys in a short time who've made some big jumps in the podcast game, the Mag Show is here. Good evening, face fuckers, he says, or fuck faces. Good to see you, Mag.
What is good, bro?
Brother, the Mag is in the building.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother.
Gotta get Mag on here again some Tuesday night when he's got some time. So let me know when you're available, Mag. Definitely love to have you back on, my friend. And I look forward to hanging out with you on your new show, which is going to kick off here momentarily. So make sure that you go follow Mag's channel. Mag, if you got a link or anything or stuff you want to leave in the chat, by all means, man, please do so. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know, guys. Any final thoughts on the X? It's not the end of the world regardless. I mean, as long as people can still get their hands on some kind of an Xbox. I mean, I guess everything is an Xbox.
Yeah.
But some of us still prefer the old school playing on a console. Like I said, I'm not hopeless. I got the Series S upstairs, and it's a great little console. I actually like the Series S because it's just, I love the form factor. Like, I love how tiny it is, how compact. It fits in every fucking shelf I got in the house. It fits in a backpack. That's kind of the reason why when I picked up another one, went with it, just because I just love the form factor, the look, man. Like, it's an awesome little console.
It is nice.
So there you go, guys. In the chat, there's the link right there. Mag just popped it. Make sure you go follow that one. Go copy and paste it, and make sure you give him a follow and go check out his channel. He's got a new show coming up. Finally, after a couple of years of bugging him, he's got his own deal happening pretty soon. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got videos up already. Okay, Mag, I'm gonna check it out, brother. All right.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there'll be lots of humor and comedy on there. And I told him he needs to bring Tony Baloney on once in a while too.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
He was a big hit on Gaming After Dark. We miss Tony Baloney. All righty. Now we miss Mag and we miss Titan. But that's it. That's just another time, another place. Yeah, I know the Series X is better. There's no question. But, man, that fucking thing does not fit in many of my shelves, let me tell you. It's just a little too tall. Yep. You can fall in the middle-aged Felcher.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
Lady Felcher. All righty. Let's move right along, shall we? And let's talk about Call of Duty. Call of Duty, yes, that little game that nobody plays. Well, apparently a lot of people are not playing it. A lot of people are backing out. They're complaining right now that matchmaking seems to be broken. They keep making patches to the game and nerfing some weapons. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but I think, Call of Duty is just, they're going after. Well, look, I guess they're doing the right thing because they're making tons of money. They're making tons of bank. But for me, it makes me sad because to see how far the series is doing well financially, but the series creatively and respect to the old school Call of Duty, the game is a shell of itself, right? It's Call of Duty in name, but I mean, the games don't feel, they're just getting more ridiculous by the minute. They're good fun to play with your friends, but my God, man, the fact they got Squid Game and they got fucking plastic doll ladies running around and there's fucking unicorns and there's fucking monsters, all sorts of weird shit in Call of Duties nowadays, man. And I'm just not jiving with it. How do you guys feel about Call of Duty? Where do you think it's heading? I mean, obviously, I don't think anything can stop that juggernaut.
I'm pissed off about the Squid Games thing because I got they flagged me for the music, for Squid Games music, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Supposed to be able to stream Call of Duty. What's this all about?
And that's fucked up that they're flagging you on that too.
I had to cut the whole segment out of my stream. It's like, come on, man.
I just hate the friggin' random characters. You know what I mean?
There you go. Cardi B in a fucking bikini is just
exactly, dude.
It's
like
Nicki Minaj in the last one. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, even when I would get annoyed with some of the older Call of Duties, even with the kill streaks, dude. It's like I got these crazy ass kill streaks. It's like, what just happened to radar, an airstrike, helicopter? Just keep it plain Jane, baby. Let's bring it back to the basics because we are over the top with everything. I think I saw like a unicorn was doing something where it turns around and like farts and then it fucking mule kicks a guy. Like, I don't know. It's too much, man. Go back to the basics, dude. Keep it simple.
They're chasing the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, man. I've been talking too much. You go ahead.
They're chasing the the whole Fortnite
money,
and
money,
the Fortnite crowd. All that shit. They're chasing that, and I can tell you one of the reasons why I haven't been back in because you mentioned the patches and everything. I went to go play it the other night. I went to go play Black Ops 6 and got walled by fucking updates. I couldn't even play the motherfucker. So it's like maybe get your shit in a state where it's fucking ridiculous, man.
It is.
I mean, so I just moved
up too.
Yeah,
like I'll be in a match and I'll get like a 30 burger. The next match I'll go like 2 and 27, and I'm like, where's the balance? What are we doing here? I'm just gonna blow my brains out.
So I'm the opposite of all of you. I don't even know how many hours I have into Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty all the damn time. I'm about halfway to prestiging for the 3rd time.
Wow.
Not because I'm good at all. And I only played the campaign. I played the first little, like, I don't know, until I reached the point that I completed the mission. And I was like, oh, this is dumb. I'm not playing this again. I want to play online multiplayer. I love online multiplayer games, and I often don't have people to play with. So I need a game like Call of Duty that I can go play people. And I could play Prop Hunt all day, every day. I think Prop Hunt is like the most fun thing in the world. The problem is, though, because I have noticed, even though I'm finding matches quickly, it is taking longer than it was even a couple weeks ago. It's just getting stale. Like, because I play Prop Hunt, I have a lot of the stuff memorized. So I'm running through and I'm like, I know that cone was there. I know that TV was there. Because Perry always makes fun of people. And he was always like, yeah, all these people sitting in their mom's basement memorizing the levels. And I'm just like, that's me. Sitting in my own basement.
I got the memories,
yeah. But it is. They need updates, and I get that you can't necessarily come out with new maps, although I think it would be relatively easy. Like how they came out with Holiday Nuketown, you could just kind of reskin your existing maps. But even if they just mix things up a bit, that like take a mirror image, move things around a little bit, so it's the same core map, but you could move things enough that it just makes the gameplay a little bit different.
Like that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. Look, again, I'm not a hater to be like mad at you because you're really enjoying it or whatever it brings to the table, and that's fine. I think everybody can see both sides of the fence here, and I think obviously you represent more of the side of the fence. It really doesn't weigh in too much on what the old school Call of Duty was or wasn't. You like the feel of the game. You like the modes that they carry, and Prop Hunt is one of the more oddly neat little modes that doesn't feel quite as chaotic perhaps as some of the other ones, but yet still offers plenty of fun to be had with you. And a couple of nights I noticed you were playing it, and I was tempted to join you, but honestly I'm just not that big of a fan of Prop Hunt. If I was playing it, I'd rather be doing a private match on Prop Hunt, most likely with you, Perry, and Frank or whatever. But I just feel like the game it's starting to get a little bit silly. I guess at the end of the day, it's just like, can we just keep it grounded more in reality and a little less of the leave the Nicki Minaj's and the Eminems of the world, the friggin' games like Fortnite, and give us like serious, tier 1 operators and special forces and stuff, where you can still get guns and skins, but make them at least seem grounded in reality. Like, who the fuck is going like to the battlefield wearing like pink pajamas and shit? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Someone who's fabulous.
Well, you say someone who's happy.
I said someone who's fabulous, right?
Well, you wouldn't be fucking very happy when most of the bullets came away because you can see them in pink pajamas in the middle of the bush somewhere, right?
Well, hey, if you ever see me playing, even if I'm playing Prop Hunt, if you want to join me. I'll switch over. I'll play online matches. I just don't want to play the campaign. And you notice how all of you guys said you didn't like it, but you guys all are actually playing the game. I like it, but I'm not. I think the game is dumb. I don't care about it. I don't want to play it. I like it because I'm doing the online multiplayer portion of it.
Yeah,
No,
there's
that's. I mean, I
absolutely
always
nothing
like the campaigns, right? And I like the co-op modes too, which I just find it's like trying to find people to play co-op with. This, like last night, for example, I think I jumped into that game. What's it called? Oh fuck, what do you call it? Not Warframe. What's the other shooter?
Hammer?
No, it's a shoot. It's a
Warcock?
Warface. I was playing Warface last night. Actually, it's not a bad little shooter for a free-to-play game, right? But I'm playing this fucking co-op mode, and I'm in with a bunch of twat waffles if there ever was them. Oh my god! Like half the team couldn't fucking aim. They didn't know how to pick you up. I'm playing there, and I'm getting frustrated. And this level just keeps going. I think the whole co-op level was over an hour long, and I was like fed up. By the time we were finished, I was like, "Holy fuck!" I thank God for that, because the douchebags I was playing with, I was like, "Oh my god, this is why I love co-op and I hate it." Because when you're playing with either noobs or fucking people that are just, I don't know, they don't communicate, you're just like, what the fuck?
You play with people like me who level up because they have so many hours into a game, but they still suck.
I don't care what the
You get,
sucking for.
you get excited.
mediocre.
You get excited thinking like, "Yes, I got someone good on my team," and then it's me,
Like-
and you're like, "Oh crap!"
I died
As long
4 or
as you're
5 times because
consistent.
my soldier
Yeah.
ran out of fucking ammo, and and there was one guy on our team who was like a guy who's supposed to drop ammo, and I kept saying, "Can you fucking pass me some ammo?" And he wouldn't drop anything. So I'm sitting there, and all these enemies are coming around. I got nothing. I got no bullets at any of my guns, and I'm getting fucking killed because I got no bullets. And it's like, this is why I fucking hate playing with randoms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can hear
I
that
hate it.
with the randos. Yeah.
especially
No,
on
and
like Battlefield.
Oh yeah. Now, and don't misunderstand, because I'm definitely not a Call of Duty hater. Like I said, I just got walled off due to just the constant like them patching the shit. Maybe that's just my luck, because I'm with you. I'm with Pink on that. I like jumping into the multiplayer and shit like that and checking it out. And I'm nowhere near any good. Like you said, you're prestiging for the third time. I got a guy at work who's like prestige like 10 or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I'm never touching that. I'm never going to get anywhere near it. It is insane. And yeah, I just my whole gripe is it's just get your game in a state that's going to fucking work to where I can actually play the motherfucker. You're probably losing some numbers to everybody running the same problem I am, And I mean, other folks just jumping off because of, like you were saying, Newf, all the ridiculous shit. And I mean, that's, if it's not everybody's taste, they're going to turn away. And maybe that, outside of your core audience, maybe people got their fill of what they wanted out of it, especially being on Game Pass. They're like, okay, time to move on to something else.
Yep. Well, they get a taste of the money, right? And they want to keep it rolling in. Like they don't want it to drop. And obviously they're going to keep enough skins coming in seasons and right up until the next game launches, right? It's just a steady, constant roll of revenue. I mean, Microsoft, that's obviously they love it. I mean, they picked up a cash cow with COD, right? And it's only just going to keep making them bank. That's why, again, Microsoft cares even less, because they got all these franchises now that are going to fucking just bring in a shit ton of money. And that's why anytime I see a game now that launches and they go, it's going to have season content, I automatically cringe. I'm like, oh God, whatever just happened to DLC pack 1, 2, and 3, and that was it. You were done with it. And the game was like 3 years.
Money.
Right?
Your money.
Dude,
I keep seeing people complain about how much it costs if you want to get every skin in Call of Duty, and people are complaining about Squid Games and how much they cost. But let me tell you, I keep seeing everybody with the costumes that you have to pay for. Everybody's got them.
Fortnite. So, my buddy's got fucking. He said he's got hundreds now of fucking skins. So he's probably spent like 10 times as much as that game would have ever costed at full price. You know what I mean? On skins.
I'm going to tell you something crazy. I sold the Fortnite bundle for Switch because I bought it. I never used it. It comes with a code.
Yeah.
I sold it for like $500, whatever.
Holy shit.
Now listen. No. If I would have waited, and I've had this thing in my closet for like 4 years.
Yeah.
If I would have waited just a couple more months, the code by itself is now selling and sold for $800 just for the code.
Shit!
What is
not even
what is on the code? What does the code come with?
It's
like a gun and a costume or something.
One-time thing with that.
It is a rush in the wild that comes to your house
with that console. That's the only thing. So
For that kind of money, it better be fucking cooking me dinner and rubbing my
Yeah,
ass.
I had
in.
a code. My
Jesus
first Series
Christ.
S came with the code. It
Say
came with
rubbing
the
your
Fortnite
ass?
bundle.
Yeah.
It came with like this fucking lion-headed dude and a gun and something else. There was like 4 or 5 things that came with the code that with the Series S. And like I said, I think it's limited edition. Like once it's gone, it's not in their store to buy it.
Dude.
So
Fuck.
There was Fortnite
Unreal,
codes
a
with the
code.
Samsung phones like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was.
crazy.
And people are
Look, I
paying
mean,
over
please,
$1,000 for that.
At the end of the day, it's your money, and I'm not here to tell anybody how to spend the
Right.
money. If that's what floats your boat and makes you happy, that's great. Again, it's almost like I just wish they would separate the product a little bit, maybe make like a product that's more tuned to the old school crowd, and then have some off swing shit for, or maybe like you did do the game modes differently. Like it's game modes, and all you can pick from is like your standard characters and guns. And you know what I mean? Like it feels more like old school. Maybe just have like a mode in the game that's called Old School Call of Duty, and there's none of the bullshit in there. You know what I mean? No crazy weird scopes, no fucking thermal visions and shit like that. Just fucking old school shooting. You know what I mean?
Now it's funny you mentioned that, Newf, because I'm gonna go off on a little anecdotal tangent here for a second. It's hilarious because it's
How about it?
topical. You mentioned that, having old school rooms for old school players. Now I make no secret, and for anybody who's listening to the show, if you don't follow me on the socials, whatever, whatever, I'm a big Magic the Gathering fan. I play Magic like crazy, big in the game since high school. And they're doing the same thing now. They call it the Fortnitification of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're having all of these and other properties come in, and they're actually making physical cards, that are available, that were initially available as like specialty, right? And now it's coming in and being part of the game as its like standard tournament environment. And it's doing the same shit. And what you're saying is you got a lot of old hats, along the lines of what you're saying, there's a lot of old hats in the Magic the Gathering community that are saying the same exact thing. And they actually even have I don't want to say it's a full tournament level because it's not supported by WotC and Hasbro, but it's more like, community driven, where it is old school. You're playing with cards from specific sets up until like 2001. So it's funny you bring that up because it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere because this is a trading card game now, and they're doing the same shit. And you got people saying things just like you just had said about Call of Duty, about Magic the Gathering. So it's permeated everywhere.
But I just think that's the whole world, though, because why are you going to have somebody pay you $100 to buy Microsoft Office when someone can pay you $15 a month forever to get it, right?
Exactly.
They're doing it with cars, that if you want to turn your heated seats on in your car, you could pay $5 a month for the app on your phone to remotely turn on, the remote start on your car. With Netflix, you're paying every month to watch all this on Netflix. And this is just the whole world. No one's content with, I made a game and I made my profit on a game. They have to figure out as how they can just squeeze money out of you every single month. And consumers are mad about it, but they're not that mad because they keep on paying the money.
Exactly. Everybody says speak with your wallet, right? And everybody is speaking with their wallet because it's still happening. So you hit the nail on the head.
How come McDonald's doesn't do like a monthly subscription for burgers? You get like a burger combo a day at a discounted price. You pay like
don't fucking say that out loud.
No,
They'll do it.
But they kind of do though, because you can get deals in the app, and you can get so many deals if you buy, a month you do this many a month or whatever.
Wallet.
Yep.
Nice.
Is that the giveaway for tonight's show, Perry?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's Monopoly money.
If you can guess what color underwear Perry is wearing tonight, you get this money. Perry's like, I'm not wearing any underwear.
It's pink. It's pink. It has to be pink.
Fooled all you fuckers. I'm going commando. Woo-hoo!
Oh, man.
Trick question, fuckers.
That's right. It's turtleneck color. There you go.
Man,
fuck.
too funny.
I love this show.
I have a beef with Call of Duty. Where the hell is Holiday Nuketown?
It's gone.
They took
Gone
away
now,
Holiday
right?
Nuketown.
They only bring it out for the fucking Christmas and then they take it down.
Yeah, that's my favorite map. Come on, man. Put it back in. I'm not going to be playing that shit next holiday.
You don't want to play Nuketown without the snowman, eh?
I don't know.
They had a snowman at the side of the building. I'd like to shoot him in the head and fucking their heads
Oh,
fly
that
off.
guy? Yeah. I just
Yeah, I
like it.
shouldn't have
thought it
said
was
that
good.
about McDonald's because those fuckers ever catch wind of that shit, they'll probably do that too. They have like a fucking Big Mac
They'll do.
subscription or some shit.
Because you've already got the app, and it's just like we're one step away from that, you know.
People
and
do
just like
Panera has something. They have like some sort of beverage club. You pay whatever. I don't know how much it costs because I don't drink coffee, and you get to go at like one time a day or twice a day. You do. So you're paying a subscription fee to go get your drinks.
Jesus,
Wild.
yeah,
Unreal.
I mean, other places aren't really doing it, so maybe it's not working out so well for them. I don't know.
I got a lucky fuckers club for the local prostitute.
freaking flyer mile.
$0 made.
We got coupons for
Right.
Yeah, not so
70% off a bang a day keeps the doctor away.
So the punch car, there's a monthly club.
The doctor can't tell me what I have if I don't go.
That's right.
Mama don't know
anything 'cause
one
I never
heard
go
of.
to the doctor. You can't write a prescription for something you don't know this isn't there.
Penicillin, who needs it?
Look down, they're just like fucking. I don't remember that gigantic wart sticking off my ball sack. What the fuck?
Is this? I don't recall this supposed to look melty.
Oh man, shit. I don't know. Like Call of Duty is what it is at this point, and I don't think it's ever going to change because, like Pink Piggles says, it is about the almighty dollar, and companies will sell their soul to keep more. And that's the problem with gaming too. The gaming is now run by the corporate suits. It's not really run. I mean, it always was,
yeah.
But it's gotten with the internet being so big now. Now it's gotten beyond like the old corporate suits. You know what I mean? It's all about constant revenue. It isn't about the actual gamers the old school gamers, the ones who prefer to have things the old fashioned way. It's all about bigger, badder, better, not necessarily better, but definitely just adding more and getting silly, stuff like that. And like I said, I do have fun with Call of Duty. I mean, that's why I keep buying it because, you know, at the end of the day, the games are still sort of like a lot of fun, especially with your friends. Even if you don't like playing the online multiplayer versus a bunch of, you know, level 52 prestiges that mop the floor with you, you know, playing with Perry and playing with Piggles and Frank and, you know, and Anthony and all you guys and Hot and everybody, you know, when you get together with your friends and you play the game, like sometimes that's where some of the best memories are, you know, people that are just honest, they're not cheating. That's great. So sometimes that alone is worth it. And some of the co-op modes or the campaign's actually a pretty good hoot. And they've been, you know, Call of Duty's notorious for having some pretty good campaigns and had good campaigns for a long time, you know. So yeah. Now the co-op mode, like Sir Xman says in Battlefield 2042, if you guys haven't played it, it's actually pretty good. You can turn up the bot difficulty and it actually feels pretty realistic and a lot of fun actually. So you know, it's a great way. And I love one thing I've always loved about Battlefield is if you got a good team, it's just a special game because it really relies on teamwork and communication. Everybody picking like, you know, a class that suits their play style, but also can help your squad, whether it's a medic or whether you're the engineer or that sort of thing. So, and my friend is an EA developer. He works on the Madden series. And he told me in confidentiality, he said he's seen the Battlefield game and he is promising you that it's looking really good. They're going back to the roots. They're saying it's going to feel a lot more like Battlefield 3 and 4 than any of the current stuff. So that's all he would tell me. But yeah, he said it's shaping up and looking pretty good so far.
I think that's all he'd tell you because he told you in confidence and now you told all of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
He knew. But, he was like, I got what can I say?
Yeah, well, I'm not disclosing anything other than, you know, he said it's kind of going back to its roots a little bit and it's looking really good. So
excellent.
Yep. But I guess we'll find out more in months to come. Like I said, he's a dev on the he works on the Madden series with like he's a contractual EA guy and he does work for them out of home and that sort of stuff. So some kind of coding or something like that. He's one of the devs. Yeah.
So then So when they make a wide left turn in this new Battlefield and start putting Nicki Minaj in that, we can just thank Newf because he spilled the beans. Like, oh shit, now we gotta go in a different direction. They know.
No, they're not going with Nicki Minaj. I heard they're putting Jelly Roll in for this one.
Oh god, yeah.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
man.
There's gotta be Biggie Smalls.
Is he
Jelly Roll.
also in a pink bikini?
Yeah, he could be Jelly Roll in a pink.
I mean,
bikini.
you could
Banana
use
hammock.
Biggie Smalls, but I think his movement would be difficult on the fact that he's like dead.
That's true. They bring back all those dead actors. They should a COD zombie mode with all the old dead actors. Be like Elvis.
Now
Presley
that I
and
would
they're all
be
rocking.
down for that 100%.
That'd be
Oh
hilarious.
man,
Be like Elvis Presley and Tupac, and their faces are rotting off, and they're all coming after you.
it would be like the scene from the Dawn of the Dead remake where they're picking everybody off. It's like, oh, there's Tupac. Pop.
There's Rosie
Anna
O'Donnell.
Nicole Smith comes out with an old fucking dude on a zombie chain. She's dragging him along.
Like the chick from The
Oh my
Walking
God.
Dead.
Right? Oh my god. Paul Walker comes out, his car's on fire.
Oh man.
Just cook.
Man, I almost spit took on that one. He got me right as I was taking a drink of water. Like, oh shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
dude.
want good destructible environments too. That's what 2042 seemed to took a step backwards. Graphics look better, but half the shit wasn't even destructible in it.
Yeah.
Nothing worse. Hey, you can blow down 3 walls on a building, and you walk in, you can't even shoot a TV off the desk. It's like these things are destructible. It just kind of ruins the immersion.
Well, that's what happens when you run into a room with an invincible TVs.
Yeah, it's
you
those old
didn't know
IBM
that.
monitors from the fucking 80s. You couldn't put a sledgehammer to those fucking things.
Yeah.
We all know those computers from the fucking 80s, early 90s, fucking Commodores and Tandies and shit. Fucking heavy as all hell. Throw them at the wall, still be in perfect
Built
condition.
like fucking tanks.
Do
Right?
you remember the old
That's-
cell
that's-
phone?
that's
Was it
what they're using.
Nokia?
Oh,
That
fuck
Nokia
yeah.
brick?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even
God,
look at the
it's
old consoles. I mean, the old NES, man, it almost indestructible for fuck's sake. You know, the only thing was it was impervious to a good blowjob, those things, right? Blow into the cards, make it work.
And
See
it
what's that?
works.
Yeah, he's got the motion. Do that again.
And
Yeah, we all know that.
Or it's the
He's either playing the
My triple
harmonica
hole.
or he's blowing into a Nintendo.
shove it in there fast. You only got a couple seconds. You're fucking shit.
You put it in, comes on for like 2 seconds, the screen goes black again, pop it out again. Fucking ass poster.
go faster. We've got a tight window here.
It'd be like with the PS2, dude. You'd fucking be like, and you'd wipe it down, pop it in. You'd be sitting there waiting, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, please put in a PS2 or PS1 disc. You're like, no.
I was going to say the disc era of the old PlayStation and Sega Saturn stuff was everybody playing their games perfectly for a week or two, and then some shit stick could come to your house and your disc got all scratched up. You'd be playing the game so far, and all of a sudden it'd fucking freeze and skip, and then you take it up. Oh, there's a big fucking scratch on this thing.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
why
I
I
bet you
stopped
rental
lending out my
stores
games.
must have went ballistic back in the day with those things.
oh yeah, dude.
Definitely.
You know what
why
someone
I stopped
did?
lending out my games.
What's that?
I said definitely why I stopped lending out my games.
I rented out Tecmo's Deception from Blockbuster for PS1, and it wasn't working. And I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Right? I flipped the disc over, and
Yeah.
I see like everything's black, and I'm like, "Oh, "There's something going on here." I put it to the light, and I started like peeling at the disc. Somebody
no.
put like a barcode, and they must have like colored it with like a permanent marker, and they stuck it
Yeah.
on the damn disc.
Oh
So I
man.
peeled that thing off completely. It was, just a barcode
What?
sticker,
Yeah.
and the thing worked fine. But
Yeah.
Huh.
people did that crap, I guess. I don't know why.
There's a lot of shit like that, man. Fucking all sorts of gunk on some of the discs. Sometimes, like, who the fuck? There's somebody literally throw the disc in a popcorn bag or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? We got our first super chat of the night. $1.99 coming in from RWK88. Take it away, Perry.
You scratch my disc? I think he's saying it like you broke my grill, like Mr.
You
Dink.
scratch my disc,
Dog.
I'll scratch yours.
Oh, I thought it was like he was saying it from what's that movie with Johnny Knoxville?
Maybe.
Oh, I can't remember. Is it The Ringer? The Ringer, maybe? That's what I thought.
Oh
it was.
yeah,
Ringer, yeah,
yeah,
the Ringer.
yeah. That was funny.
It's like that part, and then when the fuck did we get ice cream? Those are my two favorite parts.
It's everyone's favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, like, you know, the numbers being down in Call of Duty, though, I mean, it's not necessarily surprising. I don't think it's going to last long. It's like everything; it goes through lulls. People jump over to a different game, then they come back, and it depends on the, you know, the DLC, and it depends on what content's out at the time. So it's not like something like when I see those numbers drop, like, yeah, that game is just dead. Like Call of Duties are just, you can go back and play the old ones for frig's sake, and there's still like hundreds, if not thousands, of people on a server. It's like, it's just absolutely crazy how those games just, you know, seem to hold up. At least Team Deathmatch mode. I can't say the same thing for every mode, but you can go back and play the old Modern War. You can play the shit on 360 and still find people to play against. It's wild.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'll see it every now and again when I fire up one of the old ones. Yeah. It has to be on the one or the series though, because they took the they took the God damn it, I can't get the word. They took
feature?
The online feature. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Unless you got a PS3, you could probably play some of those old Call of Duties online.
Yeah,
I was doing that a couple years ago.
Modded lobbies, though.
Yeah, some of them I would get into like a normal lobby and be like, well, I'm playing with a bunch of third world country people who just got the game for the first time. Let's fucking kick their ass.
Well, I was watching an article where what they do is he starts out good, and then what they try to do is they try to place you in these lobbies with people that have like they're higher ranked, and they usually end up having all the skins like for their guns and their characters. And basically, say what it does is it tries to convince people like, oh, well, I must need this gun, or I must need this skin, or I must need something that those other players have in order to be better at the game. Now, while me and you and the people on this panel probably are quite aware that's not really how it works. Like, you take the average person buying Call of Duty and buying those skins, that's probably what they think. They think, well, I got to have the same gun as, you know, this player and that player. So they go out and they start spending money on it. They've done some algorithms and tests to show that that's exactly what actually happens in a lot of cases. Is that they bait people into buying that stuff.
I don't buy all the skins in Call of Duty, but I have a lot of skins in Fall Guys.
Oh man,
did not help my little bean jump at all, but let me tell you, I look great while doing it.
Man, I wanted the hot dog skin so bad.
I have it.
Just want to be a little hot dog. Of
course, I had to get the hot dog skin. My bean currently has a pig skin on, the little curly tail and the little nose.
Yep.
I hate how the games have like 20 characters on the dashboard when you fucking buy the game. I mean, you're paying $80 or whatever for the game, and 80% of them are locked out from the fucking get-go. It drives me bonkers. It's like, don't even have them show up. Like, at least let me play as them. I don't want to have to play 40 hours and do like 50 stupid-ass challenges to get fucking, you know, the fucking dildo swinging ass hammer. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to get there. I want to be able to play as them. Like, come on,
they want you to see it.
70% of the characters should be unlocked from the get-go. Maybe there's 2 or 3 you gotta fucking go out and get sweaty to fucking earn it, but that's about it. You're paying a lot of money for these games. That's why they get everything fucking hidden behind all this bullshit.
I feel the same way, brother.
Iceman apparently buys lots of Fortnite skins. I know it's kind of hard not to. The last one I bought was John Wick. I couldn't refuse. And I always said if Marcus Phoenix goes back in, I would probably buy him too, but I haven't seen him for a long time. They just put Master Chief back in again, by the way. I think he's gone now, but he was there. So,
damn.
Saba Gunter's in the building. What's going on, brother Gunter? Good to see you, my friend.
So, do you think that all of the season pass type games and all the different skins and updating a map, do you think that's part of why games like Assassin's Creed, why they get delayed, why they take 5 years to develop all of these? Because instead of you just designing a game that you release and people play, you are designing for a game that you have to be able to change and grow, and you're designing out 2 or 3 season passes worth of content.
Yeah, you're probably right to some extent, because a lot of these games are built with the content in mind prior to you. It's not just play the story and you're one and done until the next sequel. These games now, they know they have to get return on investment. It's not about you just playing as Altair or whoever the hell it is, and then you finish the game and you're done. They want to keep you invested, and it's very tough, especially in a single player game environment. Like, how do you keep people engaged, right? You either have to make new levels for the game to get them to come back, or a new story mode, or an addition to the story, or you do have to make some sort of challenge and reward system. Like, I really want to get this skin for my character and play the level a certain way with this look or whatever, you know what I mean? So I definitely think you're onto something there. That's probably why it is taking a little bit longer, because they have to think about all the ways they have to design the level to keep you invested in playing the game and getting those payoffs. I mean, all those new Assassin's Creed games, especially like if you look at Odyssey, you do this level to get like this flashier sword and play another type of level to get this other type of armor. Eventually you could actually just buy a lot of this stuff online through the store, or in some cases, like you said, you had to grind it out and play 40 hours and do 500 challenges, and then you got this armor. But in a lot of cases, that's just it, right? They make the challenges accessible, but yet still hard enough that the average player gets tired of it and like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to buy it, right? I'm not going to sit there 20 hours to get that skin. My buddy's got it, and I think it's cool, so here you go. I'm going to fucking just buy it. And that is happening, and it's happening a lot. I think it's a little bit shady, but that's the way they make money in this day and age.
FOMO is the way they make their money now, you know?
And unfortunately, most of these companies are making actually more money by selling, 1 million things at $5 than they're selling at, 100,000 things at $50. You know what I mean? It's just the averages. So that's how a lot of them. It's safer that way, I guess, is what you can say, right? It's a lot easier to build just the one product and then get everybody to keep, like Fortnite. I mean, don't tell me it's costing them a ton of development, because they built the maps. It's the same game pretty much day in and day out. So all they keep doing is keep adding enough shit to keep all the ADD kids fucking completely invested in it, right? Oh, they got a new fucking cat in here. Oh, there's a new fucking gun in here. Oh, there's a new color of something in here. Right? Something new every fucking day, right? Every time I turn on Fortnite, they got a whole new fucking skin set. There's like 5 other skins and a new music pack and a new car and a new fucking game mode. And sometimes they'll change the map, and you're like, holy shit. I mean, you say what you like about it, but they definitely fucking keep updating it. All right?
True.
But within saying that, it's kind of sad, because you'll never really get a true sequel. Like, will you ever see like an actual Fortnite 2 where the graphics and the levels and the game design is just like amazing? Like, wow, that's way better than the old game. We're not going to see sequels anymore, because you're just going to see one game that keeps getting seasons and add-ons and add-ons and add-ons and add-ons. The fact that Counter-Strike is still fucking popular blows my mind. Like, how the fuck are people still playing the same old fucking game for like, what, 25 years now?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's kind of like how we are with Call of Duty, dude. Some people just like it simple.
I guess it's the same people that play fucking Madden and FIFA and hockey every fucking year. Play the same goddamn game over and over and buy it every single year. And that, no offense to anybody that likes the sports game, I really can't do that anymore. To me, that's the biggest ripoff in gaming. You're buying the same fucking game over and over, and all you're paying for is a fucking a roster update, really.
It's a sticker game. You literally just take the sticker off from the fucking previous year and pop it on the next one. Ship it out, baby, and put the same fucking price tag on it. It's like,
so, in the Xbox homebrew community, these guys are still playing NFL 2K5 modified to the current season. These guys go in and change the gaming code, and they all play online. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
They're keeping these games alive.
Yeah, Fortnite did upgrade the looks, Iceman, because I know when they changed the engine, they moved to Unreal Engine 5. The game looks a lot better. If you guys remember the original Fortnite compared to the way it looks now, it definitely looks a lot better. Yeah. But it still feels like the exact same game, if that makes any sense.
Oh,
yeah. Any further topics? Anything anybody else wants to bring up before we get ready to close the show?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
It seems like the general consensus is good.
Okay, because we are approaching the 2-hour mark, and I don't want to keep everybody too long. I probably would like to go get some gaming in here before I gotta shut it down for another night. But anyway, the chat's been absolutely dynamite tonight. Most of you guys have been here since the start of the show. We greatly appreciate that. We appreciate everybody that watches and tunes in or chats with us after the fact. leaves the comments on my videos. It's fantastic. Appreciate that. And I promise you, like I said, hopefully this show just continues to get better, and we'll have some giveaways coming up later on in the year. So, but now it is that time of the evening when we do the question period with your favorites. Arnold is in the building. We've also got Safe as Sam. Cletus is on standby. So if you have a question for either one of those three fine gentlemen, have at it. Maybe Piggles has got something she's dying to ask. Who knows? Anybody in the chat? Now is your time. Hot's always got a question.
No, I'm trying to think. I'm not going to ask Cletus. If I got one, it's going to be somebody else.
I got one.
All right, let's start with Perry. He's got a question. Who's the director of that?
Arnold, you can't find the Series X with the disk drive. What are you going to do?
What I am going to do, first of all, I think it's terrible. That's a great disservice to all of the millions of gamers around the world who want to get themselves on the Series X, that big behemoth, that bazooka-looking thing that I used back in Commando. I mean, that is what they want. They want the best performance. They want the best games. They want the disk drive, of course. Even for the old farts like Nukem, who's obsessed with sticking things into small slots. That's what they want the Series X for. But come on, and you got to get them out there. You can't sell something that's not on the shelf Xbox. And what I'm going to end up having to do here is I'm going to end up going down to, I'm going to end up having to go to Washington, Redmond, or wherever the fuck they're located at. And I'm going to go in there and kick Phil Spencer's ass. And I'm going to take over the fucking company is what I'm going to do. And then I'll make sure that there are lots of Xboxes on the shelves for everybody. That's what I'm going to do here. We got a few more questions in the chat, it looks like. The first one coming in from Cyber Gunter. He's got another for Arnold. Go ahead, Perry. Read it.
I'm reading that. Okay, yeah, I'll read it. All right. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Arnold, are you going to pre-order the pink controller?
That's
of course,
awesome.
I want to have that controller. I mean, I'm a fan of collecting all sorts of crazy things in the house. I mean, after all, my guy who's got 2 donkeys. So, of course, I want the controller. Because, honestly, if I can't fuck you up in Call of Duty, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself, and I'm going to throw it at your head. All right, we got, let me see. We got another one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, Arnold, you play Fortnite, and do you love buying skins?
No, I don't really play Fortnite. It's not really my thing, but I will tell you this. I don't buy the skins, but I love getting skin. That's why I've always got lots of maids kicking around. We got some mistress on the go, and I'm probably gonna have one when the show is over. That's right. You gotta keep the schlong warm during the winter months. Yes, we're going to do it. Come on, let's go. He buys maid skins. Okay, what else here? We got, lots of questions for Arnold.
I know.
Arnold, when GTA 6 comes out, is the first thing you are going to do is picking up prostitute. This guy can't talk. He can't type. He can't type.
No, first of all, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drive down to Sylvester Stallone's house, and I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to drive his sorry fucking ass off a cliff. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to get rid of all those competing movie stars that are washed up and over the hill. I'm over the hill, but guess what? I still got the mountain to climb on the other side. They're all going into the ocean. They're going into Marianas Trench. Those guys are washed up and they're useless. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm Mr. Olympia. I am everything and everybody, and I'm coming to kick your ass. I am not done yet. All right. What else we got here? Jesus, so many questions for Arnold.
I know.
When you pick characters, do you... Oh, I guess you're supposed to read that, Perry.
Arnold, when you pick characters, do you play as a man or a woman?
Well, I used to play as a man, but of course, in today's society, I kind of play as a cross-dresser. Some would have half and half. I could have a skirt. I could have a bra. I could have a banana hammock with my big packed in straw. You know, who knows? I mean, you know, you try to be everything to everyone and don't really care as long as the costume and whatever looks good on me. And of course, I look just good in everything. You know, when you've got the body like mine, when I'm built like an Adonis, of course, I'm going to dress up as whatever I want there, as long as it's comfortable and my ball sack is not hanging out the side, because you know they got to keep the jewels. They got to keep the jewels in the jewel box. All right. You missed the question, Arnold. Don't be scared to ask it. Oh, it looks like Ice Sir X-Man had one. Let's see here.
Oh man,
this one. Okay.
Hey Arnold, are you ready for Canada to be the 51st state?
I think that would be a great idea for Canada to become the 50th state. Of course, they've got lots of land mass, and we've got lots of great ass. So together, we combine them together. We got mass, we got ass, and of course, the fucking dollar is worth about as much as Monopoly money. So who the fuck want to live in Canada? You might as well come down here, join the U.S., get with the tides, get with the program. We'll show you how it's done down here. It's not that different. We're all speaking English, or at least some kind of English, like I've been speaking here for years. So come on. Do it. Let's get with the program, Canada. Get rid of Justin Trudeau, whatever the fuck his name is. The guy's a loser. You got to get rid of the losers, and you got to come down here to a winning nation. We got the military. We got the best actresses. We got sexy women down here. We got whatever you want. It's all in the United States of America. This is where dreams are born. And unfortunately for you in Canada, it's probably where abortions are made. There you go. I think you got you got your answer.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, we got that.
We got one here. Oh, that's not it. This one coming into the GameComplainers. This one's for Cletus.
Yeah, this one I'm waiting for.
Cletus, who killed WCW?
Well, that's a great question. I tell you what's happened to WCW. I mean, first of all, WCW used to be owned by Ted Turner, right? So what happened is Ted came over to my house and he started playing some poker and stuff with a moonshine, and we used to have Eric Bischoff and all those guys there too. And they used to have a great roster of wrestlers. But what fucked them up was, well, they all started fucking up. That's exactly how they came over to my ranch and they all got a little cockeyed and they started fucking all the animals on the ranch. And and Ted Turner, he got so fucking drunk, he ended up selling his shit to Vince McMahon. He was doing great too. But then once he got syphilis from the fucking pig's asshole, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He just got all scared, wonky donkey, and he ran for the hills. He just wanted to sell shit. And I was cool with that. I was glad to be there. I was an insider. I was inside of his wife. I was inside of his college. I was inside. But I had a great time, and they have sold all their fucking shit off. It's too bad. At WCW, they had it going on. They had that NWO bullshit for a while. Hey, Hulk Hogan, man. The American, that guy, that Hulk Hogan, he was my fucking favorite growing up, let me tell you. I love that. You gotta see your prayers and eat your fucking vitamins. Well, I don't know what the hell my grandmammy been feeding me, but I don't think it was vitamins. Certainly, vitamin C. Yeah, vitamin C yourself at the fucking door. That's what it was, you dirty parent. But that's what happened to WCW. It was a long shenanigans, but they all ended up leaving. But we get into it another day. I can't say it all here. I run out of breath first, or I might get diarrhea. But either which way, that's what happened.
Oh my god, dude.
The funny thing is, he wasn't that far off. That's kind of
it sounded like an
Cletus and wrestling questions might be a new fucking thing. I love it.
Alrighty, and by the way, I love that segment idea. We're gonna have to start that maybe in February. What's in Perry's bag?
Yep.
Yeah, gotta do that.
You're actually gonna have the bag, right, Perry? Like it's gonna be a bag. You're gonna hold up. There's gonna be something in there.
Amazon does have sacks.
Nice.
Underwear?
Yes.
Human sacks?
No. Yeah.
Have you heard about that yet, Pink Piggles? We were talking about doing a segment, but yeah, what's in Perry's sack?
Yep.
I think it'll be kind of funny. He's gonna hold up because, like, the funniest thing, it's been a running joke
Just
for
a
a
cup of
while.
semen.
We talk about
you
talk about
a game and he turns around and he's
we
got
talk
it right
about
there
a game or
instead.
a controller or some fucking thing, and he turns around, he reaches his hand over and like fucking pulls everything out, and it's like this guy is like a wizard.
I still love when people always ask for like, oh, what kind of consoles do you have? And it's like, we have every console, pretty much every console ever made. We have it all.
Resident Evil 3, baby. Yeah. PS5.
I would have bought this on Xbox,
Oh.
but you know, they didn't make
Right,
a
they made
physical copy.
that's the upgraded version, right? Because they only had the PS4 before, correct?
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
this is the 5 on disc. And here's
Nice.
7 on disc.
5 on disc. I like it.
I'm waiting for 2, but 2 keeps getting delayed. I don't know what's going on. Amazon screwed up.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But anyway, that's the end of the show. Unless you guys got questions for anyone else, this guy just wants to say a couple words. I'm coming in here. So nobody ever got a fucking question for Seaside fucking Sam. I'm not here to fucking answer shit, but I want to say right now, first of all, let me get this out of the way. Awesome fucking show. I was sitting in the back here listening to this shit, and you guys were killing it tonight. Fucking everybody was on point. Love the conversations. You had great people in the chat tonight. You even brought the fucking Mag out of his hole. He came up to say hello tonight. Fucking awesome. Mental 9 hours in the fucking chat too. That Paul Bassett. Love you, baby. You awesome. Cyber Gunter, Iceman, the best of the best is in this fucking chat. But not to mention, finally upgraded the goddamn show. You finally brought some fucking female. You got someone here ain't fucking ugly on the panel for a fucking change. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And somebody that got a nicer voice and it's better to look at than all you motherfuckers put together. So I'm digging that right now. That's awesome. Right on. So right on. I like that. So there you go. If you can't stay for the gaming conversation, you can always stay for the eye candy. That's how it goes on here. But anyway, this was a great fucking show. And Pink Piggles, you did a great job. You held your own up there with all these sorry sacks of shit. And you can talk, and we like it. I like a difference of opinion sometimes. You brought that tonight. I like it. That's why it's always good to have different people on shows, because it brings a little different perspective. It's not always, you don't want all the same old fucking candy asses. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of cock asses here, and then you got to have a little difference of opinion. That's why it's good to have different people from different creeds and races and fucking girls and the whole nine yards, man. Because guys be swinging dicks left and right. That's all they know how to do, swing them left and right. Right. So, yeah.
In a windmill motion.
In the windmill motion. That's what ProtoFoxy been up there all night. He been sitting in a chair, fucking wagging his fucking dick around.
Yep.
I knew I'll fucking fish dick the moment that fucking podcast.
Fucking meat spin.
Right? Absolutely. I like that.
It's mesmerizing.
Yeah, baby, I have my secret. Yeah. But anyway, I just want to come on and say great fucking show. And Nukem will play some Battlefield with you. That's right, man. You make sure you hit that some bitch up on fucking invite you get with you, baby. But anyway, I'll be back again soon. You guys have a great fucking night. Yeah. Newf sounds like he's dating now. Newf's already had a dump, man. He's already let the brown bomber's already left the runway with Newf Nukem. I can smell him a mile away. But anyway, I'm all done for tonight. You guys have a good one. Cheers.
You piece of
Here you go.
That's amazing.
All right, we're getting ready to close the show. We're past the 2-hour run mark. We will be back again next week. As I said, our special guest next week will be the one, the only Sir X Man. So we're going to have another bald and beautiful dude on the panel. It'll be an awesome show, though. It's always fun when Sir X Man shows up. So make sure you come up for that one. Look forward to get Dreadpool on here as well in the future. But anyway, great show. Pink Piggles, again, you were fantastic tonight. Glad to have you on. We'll look forward to having you back here in the near future. Obviously, let people know where they can catch up with you, probably with your significant other there, the other guy on the screen. So let me know what's happening.
You could catch me on Sundays at 9. I'm on Majestic Mayhem with Death Dealer. And on my own channel, Pink Piggles, I stream games on Thursdays around 9. So this week I'll be finishing Until Dawn. You can watch me get scared at every jump scare.
Very nice. Great game and a great streamer. Go check it out. All right, let's get over to the Game Complainers. Let people know where they can catch up with you real quick. And don't forget the description and links to everybody's shows and stuff is in the chat, or not in the chat, it's in the bio here on YouTube. So
you can catch me every Wednesday between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Eastern for the Game Complainers podcast with myself, Anthony, Frank, and Fred. And we might be launching more podcasts this year. I don't know. I might have to get panels for that, but stay tuned. Channel's getting big.
Sweet.
I like the sound of that. Can't go wrong with that, my friend. I wish you all the best, and hopefully you'll keep me updated. And let's go to ProtoFoxy. Let people know where they can catch up with you, my brother.
Y'all know where you need to look to catch up with me. It's all in the description below. That's where you find me. Otherwise, I'm lurking wherever I'm lurking, and every Tuesday night you'll find me here on Gaming After Dark.
There you go. You can find them in the place that matters most, Gaming After Dark.
That's right, baby.
That's right. Perry, he's starting up a podcast called Gaming with Dorks.
I'm his first guest.
Oh, that's actually a good name for a podcast, Gaming Dorks.
I want to start like a parody gaming podcast, but I know people are going to get really mad, so I'm trying to like go back and forth on that one.
God.
You should have a
geez.
podcast, and instead of you wearing
so-
sunglasses, you got these big beer goggle glasses on, and you keep playing the fucking Game Boy all the time, and you're like trying to show the screen.
Oh, I was thinking about that actually. So yes,
That's so funny.
Yeah, you
If
guys,
that
can
happens,
you
it'll
guys see
happen.
the game that I'm playing on the screen? It's kind of like a dot matrix. It's kind of green.
Hey, you're working hot, brother. Obviously, where can people catch you when you're not hanging out at the Krabby Patty there under the sea?
Oh, dude. Well, you can find me at the fucking bottom of the sea. Other than that, you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, and X at the name you see on the screen. Feel free to send me messages, follow me, add me as a friend, whatever it may be. If you want my social security number on Nintendo Switch, you're going to have to ask me for that. But that'll be at a later date when we play Mario Party again or something.
There you go.
Hell yeah. There
Look,
it is.
Nintendo Switch. He talks about it. He shows it.
That's right, dude. Look at him.
All
Boom,
out of
there's the
Perry's
OLED.
set.
All right, now
Yeah,
where's
yeah.
the one you got pinched between the cheeks? Let's see it. Stand up, Perry. I know you got one in your butt crack. Like, give me a second.
He pulls out the PlayStation Vita. That one's been hidden for a while.
By God, I'm
Didn't
sorry.
Here's
somebody a couple
experiencing
years
the
ago on
HD
an article
Rumble.
when Switch came out, didn't somebody actually stick the fucking Joy-Cons in a bag and up their asshole or something? I remember it a couple years ago. I think they had to go to the hospital to get them removed.
What the fuck is that?
I'll have to search that up.
I don't remember seeing that. Did you sure you didn't see that from your own X-rays?
Doubling down on what Dredd said.
Now there's a
Send
classic.
Send them. What
I
Dredd said,
promise you
send
there are
them all.
no Joy-Cons up my asshole, but you know.
I want them held next to a Joy-Con. I want comparisons.
Oh, oh man. What
Oh,
Nick and
my
Hot
God.
wants?
Sounds like a skip.
Hi.
Oh my
Oh
God.
man.
Deadpool
But
has enough beard hair to give us all freaking hair. This guy.
there you go.
Ah,
Anyway, great show, guys. You know where to find me, always in the gutter and hanging out with these fine individuals each and every Tuesday night. We'll be back again next week. Thank you so much for the love and support. Hit that like button, share this out, and tell some of your friends. Love to see some new faces in here. That would make nothing would make me happier than it makes me plenty happy to see all the old regulars, but love to see some more new people showing up to the show and having a laugh and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. And for those of you who are catching this for the first time or on the replay, please, like I said, leave a comment. Let us know, let us know how you're liking things and all that good stuff, or you're not liking
Barry's
things,
doing his
and we'll see you
Dreamcast
again
guy
soon.
over here.
So take care, everybody. Have yourself a great night. We'll see you again next Tuesday.
Fuck Dreamcast. Go.
Back in the
Oh,
bag.
the control.
Back
The
in the
control.
back in the
The
set.
control when it's in the fucking. Hey there. You're wicked hot there.